Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. Your breaker for tonight's show.
Oh my God.
Likes long walks on the beach, candlelight dinners in his Patrick Mahomes jersey,
None are better than this one, the best quarterback in the world.
Oh, there
Patrick
he is.
Mahomes.
and staring at the messy posters over his bed, it's Common and Chev.
Hello and welcome to Ultimate Autographs. Common and Chef here with Dom Pellegrini, ready for an awesome Friday night show. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's time to get down on Friday, Dom. Should be an awesome, awesome show. We have a high roller. This is the last night of the high roller. I know normally it's just Thursday night. We decided to be super nice to the customers, give them one bonus day in the high roller. It is the automatic chase wheel spin for this show. We have 6 crates left, 6 speed flexes left. Terry Bradshaw, Steve Smith Sr., Bo Jackson, Mike Evans, Chad Johnson, and Kurt Warner. We also have a brand new Diamond Series with all the headliners left. We have 2 boxes left in the vault. They're both headliners in that one. The basketball mixer, almost everything is left. So same for the practice squad. Only a handful of headliners gone in both. Brand new Jersey Series, only 1 headliner gone. So pretty loaded with headliners across the board, Dom. Cannot wait to get started. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Happy Friday to everybody. We got the High Roller in here tonight. Special appearance by the High Roller on a Friday.
Uh-huh.
Can't wait to see that Kurt Warner, the greatest show on turf.
And that Chad Johnson for me.
And
Wow.
the gold Bo Jackson, the Raiders gold.
And the two-tone Terry Bradshaw.
There you go.
So there's a lot of good stuff left in that series.
Mike Evans.
Chrome, my favorite, Chrome.
Trying to name all I was trying not to look at the board, trying to all remember if I can remember everyone without looking at the
I
board.
think we got everyone. There's only 6 left, so
Dang.
there's not many left.
There we go.
So should be an awesome, awesome show, guys. Not seeing any pre-fills yet. I don't think we have a Chase Wheel Spin. There was a lot of Chase Wheel Spins the previous show here. Or excuse me, personal I'm looking at. No personals. It looks like Austin's personal might not have been
Let me check.
done. Austin Stanky. Do you have Austin? He's a big-time Viking fan.
You know, I do not see Austin in the winner sheet, so I'm guessing,
so
yeah.
we'll do Austin's personal here in the show, probably after the rundown if nothing is full. We'll get started with the top to bottom rundown of this awesome, awesome Ultimate Autograph live break page. So much good stuff to get to. Obviously, we know the Friday tradition. Friday night is a very, very busy night. Takes folks an hour or 2 to settle in. Goes without saying, people are out at dinner with their families. But when it gets to be about 7:30, 8:30, the room starts bumping, Dom.
That's right.
I would actually say, if I were you watching right now, know that 8 o'clock, it's going to be bedlam in the break room. People buying like crazy. You might not have time to get your spots. So for the folks that are watching right now, before it hits 8 o'clock, I recommend buying your spots now while you still can, Dom.
That's right.
Make those moves immediately and get those spots. So I'll get started with our rundown, but first, let's do our dice roll. The chase is the high roller. The dice roll is not 5. We need more than 5. 5 and a 1, 6 on the dice roll. 6 on the dice roll. So let's do this rundown, this tour of the break page. We'll get started with the practice squad. We're talking about practice. 25 boxes left. We got 10 total headliners, 8 of which are photoed. We have the Brady Killer Eli Manning, one of the most beautiful autographs and memorabilia. Very, very clean with that white ink. Captain Clutch Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Pretty rare auto in the room. So even on a mini helmet, you want to get the Eli Manning while you still can. We do have a nice little option for Chief fans. Arguably the best tight end of all time, Tony Gonzalez on that clean Chiefs lid. Most receiving yards, catches ever by a tight end. An absolute icon, Tony G. Edgerrin James on that beautiful Lunar Authentic. Hall of Fame running back still lurking. We got ourselves Baker Mayfield on the Flash Authentic. We got Aiden Hutchinson. Very, very clean Rave lid for the Lions. One of the best young pass rushers. Speaking of Raves, my favorite Rave in the game, it is Marshall Faulk on that awesome Rams Rave. We still got ourselves left in here Aaron Donald. You can double up Ram fans with Faulk and Donald in that double box break. Then we have the Bears Hall of Fame helmet, autographed by a bunch of Bears. Danny Hampton, I know, is on there. Otis Wilson, members of that 85 Bears team. A lot of big dogs on that Bear lid. 2 secondary headliners left as well. That includes the Sterling Sharp and Garrett Wilson. With those guys, 10 and 25 chance at a headliner in the practice squad. Basketball break, Beyond the Arc basketball break. 25 boxes left, 15 total headliners. We got some icons, some of the best big men of all time. Some of the top 10 scorers ever. Karl Malone, Dirk Nowitzki, Shaquille O'Neal, bucket getters, former MVPs, some of the best players of all time. Paul Pierce on that licensed jersey, Finals MVP, won a championship with Kevin Garnett, a former league MVP. We got ourselves Allen Iverson on the Funko, one of the best pound-for-pound basketball players of all time, Allen Iverson. We got ourselves so much good stuff in here. Steve Nash, the former 2-time MVP, still lurking in the break room. We still got ourselves Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the 6-time MVP. That is the most ever in basketball history. D. Wade, another former MVP and champion. Damian Lillard, one of the best shooters in basketball history. James Harden, a former MVP. That beautiful Tyrese Maxey Sixer basketball. Secondary headliners, Tyler Hero, Tony Parker, Dominique Wilkins. 15 and 25 chance at a headliner in the basketball. Now, we're sleeping a little bit on this black and blue half and half. We've actually only done 5 so far, and you might not believe this, but there's actually 17 headliners in the final 25 boxes left, including 11 photoed headliners. Half of the helmets in this series are speed flexes. So many good flexes left. Emmitt Smith on that beautiful gold chrome. And let me show you guys these videos real quick, because once you look at these videos, what is wrong with the helmets? They look super clean. Like that Baker Mayfield is stunning. The chrome. Jay Jettas is very, very clean. Here's that golden Bo Jackson, one of the best athletes ever. Speaking of Viking chrome receivers, Randy Moss on that beautiful purple and off-white chrome. One of the best receivers ever. We got here's the Emmitt Smith, actually. A very, very clean Emmitt Smith. We got ourselves the Tomlinson, which I think we did pull Tomlinson. But here's that Kurt Warner as well. So these are pretty good shape. Maybe minor scratches, imperfections, but a lot of speed flexes. Emmitt Smith, Brian Urlacher, Kurt Warner. some legends of the 2000s. Bo Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Randy Moss are flexes as well. One of the best quarterbacks today, Baker Mayfield. Moss, a top 2 receiver ever. Bo Jackson, one of the best dual sport athletes. That's 6 flexes with the Jay Jettis 7, Russell Wilson 8. We have 8 photoed Speed Flex headliners left. Russell Wilson, by the way, on the team I want that helmet on. Seahawks, Russell Wilson, that's the one he wanted on.
Action green.
We do have Darrelle Revis on the Flash still available in the series. Tyreek Hill on the Rave. Double up in the AFC East with those two. Edgerrin James as well on the SDS. Viking fans, Moss and Jefferson, those 2 chrome flexes, even with slight imperfections, you take those 2 combined, they're worth north of $3,000. Get it for about $200 in the double. A little bit over $200 in the double box break. You can still double up in other places as well, guys. I mentioned the AFC East double up. A lot of options here in this awesome, awesome break. Urlacher, by the way, also NFC North. There's 3 NFC North speed flexes for those counting in the back. So Derrick Henry still in here. Warren Sapp, Marcus Allen, the London and Pitts, the Dickerson, and the James Harrison secondary headliners. Yes, Saul, if it says double box break, 2 helmets come out. 2 helmets come out in the double box breaks.
Yes, sir.
If it says triple box break, like our best series in the room, then 3 helmets come out. This is the high roller loaded dice. Every single box or break in this series is a triple box break. We have 6 photoed speed flexes left. It'll be one of those 6 in the next break we do. The helmets are stunning. I mean stunning. That Terry Bradshaw with the gold and the black helmet.
Yep.
The beautiful yellow ink. The 4-time Super Bowl champion. The OG TB12. Haven't had him as much recently. Obviously, Steeler fans absolutely love this guy. Such an awesome, awesome lid. Only available tonight. This is going off the page tonight. If we don't sell out the high roller, well, you're not getting it Saturday. So, got to get it tonight, Dom.
Yes, sir.
TB12. We have Steve Smith Sr. Let's see where that one is. There's so many good videos. So many of these are gone, but Steve Smith Sr., one of the best receivers ever. The best Carolina Panther offensive player of all time. No doubt about that. We have this clean Bo Jackson. A lot of interest in Bo Jackson on that golden chrome. Man, Bo Jackson is such an icon, such a popular guy in this break room. He's actually treated like a tier 1 headliner in our break room. We have the Mike Evans chrome, future Hall of Famer, never had less than 1,000 yards receiving in a season, an absolute beast. And aesthetically, Dom, my 2 favorite helmets, Chad Johnson with his face on it. Mm-hmm. We don't get a lot of Chad Johnson speed flexes, so this could be the one and only chance to get a Chad Johnson speed flex. I've certainly never seen one like that. That is insane. And then how about one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, the greatest show on turf, the incredible ripped Kurt Warner speed flex. Where is it? There's the Mahomes. This is the Warner right here. This is absolutely stunning with the greatest show on turf on the helmet. The great Kurt Warner, #1 all-time in playoff passing yards per game. That's the Cardinal and the Ram ripped speed flex. That thing is terrific. LaDainian Tomlinson, CeeDee Lamb are secondary headliners left. So many good ones here in the high roller. Brand new Diamond Series, guys. 192, that is a double box break. You get 1 box in the old series, 1 box in the new series. We have Edgerrin James left in the final 2 boxes in the old series. And we got everything available in this one. All the photoed headliners have visors. The best lefty quarterback, Steve Young. We've already seen this helmet in the room a couple times, Dom, and it is stunning. Mm-hmm. The blue, the green. We got the yellow and red on the back, the Super Bowl helmet. Saquon Barkley on that clean speed flex for Saquon. Justin Jefferson on the chrome. Love that Viking purple chrome with the yellow face mask. The best receiver maybe in the league. #1 all-time in receiving yards per game. Every single young kid knows Jay Jettis. He's actually more well-known maybe even than Mahomes and Joe Burrow.
The gritty.
So in 15 years, we'll be hitting the gritty, and all the young kids will be collectors in 15, 20, 30 years. they're going to want that Jay Jettas lid. I promise you guys, this is a name that will skyrocket in value. You do not want to miss out on a Justin Jefferson Chrome Speed Flex. Just don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Come and get that Jay Jettas. How about this insane hydro? Peyton Manning with the sheriff on the back. A sheriff sticker on there. The beautiful blue visor, my favorite. The best season ever for a quarterback. Peyton Manning, 55 passing touchdowns as a Bronco. That record may never get broken. Obviously, a very expensive autograph. Awesome lid right there, Mr. Peyton Manning. We still got ourselves in this awesome series. How about that Myles Garrett Chrome? Oh, my God. This is the highest paid defensive player of all time. He's, along with TJ Watt, the best player on defense in the league for me. Myles Garrett is a beast. Awesome lid right there as well. Ray Lewis, the GOAT linebacker maybe, along with Lawrence Taylor. Drew Brees, Speed Flex, second all-time in passing yards and passing touchdowns. LaDainian Tomlinson, Speed Flex, second most rushing touchdowns ever. Baker Mayfield on the Chrome, the Flash Authentic, top 3 in pass yards and passing touchdowns last season. The Buccaneer Flash is cream of the crop, as good as it gets. Edgerrin James on that blue Flash, Hall of Fame running back. All the headliners left, guys. Not a single headliner has been pulled in this series. Everything left. Actually, you can double up with 2 Edgerrin Jameses in the AFC South, Dom. How about that?
The edge.
So 30-box series in this series. We got 10 photoed headliners, 1 in 3 chance. You tack on Nico Collins, Antonio Gates, Brian Urlacher, 13 in 30 chance. All authentics in that one. Speaking of headliners, 2 guaranteed headliners in the vault. 2 boxes left, 2 headliners left. The George Kittle Lunar Authentic, top 3 tight end in football, if not number 1. Then you got the secondary headliner, Jameson Williams, one of the fastest receivers in the league, over 1,000 yards last year. The dude was productive. So half and half is 4 to go. Went over the names earlier in the single. Practice squad is 8 to go. Loaded headliner ratios, went over that earlier. Basketball break, 15 and 25 chance at a headliner, also loaded. Brand new jersey series, only pulled 1 jersey so far in the series. I believe it was, I think it was actually Nico Collins headliner, but Alvin Kamara is still out there. We got Baker Mayfield on a beautiful Buccaneer. The Triple Crown winner, Jamar Chase. Joe Montana for $28 in a jersey series. That sounds almost too good to be true for the 4-time Super Bowl champion quarterback. Jameson Williams in there. You can bet on that guy, on that beautiful line jersey. Tony Dorsett, one of my favorite running backs ever. And we got a Chief Warren Moon mooning, back-to-back nights. Warren Moon on the Chiefs, Dom.
There you go.
That has me excited. And then, of course, Adrian Peterson, top 5 all-time in rush yards and rushing touchdowns. And then Emmitt Smith, top 1 all-time in both categories on that Cowboy jersey.
Is that your favorite type of mooning, the Chiefs Warren Moon?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my favorite type of mooning.
It's rare.
The Baker Mayfield, I don't think I was pulled last show. You're correct. The Baker Mayfield was pulled. 2 headliners coming off the board. I think it is off the board, Tom.
Okay.
So I remember watching the show, then I forgot that I stepped out of the room. So I must have missed that second jersey break. So big show's off the board there. But if you want Baker Mayfield, we got him in the practice squad on a Flash Authentic and the diamonds in a Flash Authentic. And as we always say, Dom, the authentic helmets look cooler. They're worth a lot more money. So if you want the Baker Mayfield, we got way better Baker Mayfields in the diamonds in the practice squad than the jersey break. So obviously, no worries for the Big Show fans. He is lurking all over the break page. Also over the break page, got some great minis. We're down to the last 10 minis left. And this is crazy, Dom. We have a 70% chance at a headliner in the minis. Roger Staubach, the Hall of Fame quarterback. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame running back. Single season rushing record holder. My second favorite kind of mooning, Warren Moon on a Seahawk Rave.
Love that Rave helmet.
That is a clean lid for $50. Get Dickerson and Moon both in the NFC West. Luke Kuechly, one of the best linebackers ever. Photoed headliner, and then 3 secondary. That is Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, Sam Laporta. You can double up Vic with the likely the Kuechly, but if it's an Eagle, it would be Staubach. So an option there to double up. Then, of course, Sam Laporta, the great tight end, and Chad Johnson, one of the best receivers of all time, also available in those minis. We do have the mystery box tab open. You can get yourself some replica helmets or the headliner package or the minis or the jerseys as part of the headliner package. So we have the headliner package as one mini, one jersey, one rep, one authentic, $1849.99, 4 autographed headliners. An awesome purchase for a new collector who wants variety and who's got money to spend. Or a GOAT collector who got the GOAT status from the Sick Club, gets it for free, Dom. Replica helmets have a ton of headliners left. A lot of big names in here. That, of course, including Bo Jackson, one of the best athletes. If you don't want to spend the money for the best Bo Jackson in the high roller or the half and half, less money to spend, get it here on the full-size rep. Kurt Warner also available in the high roller, also available here in the rep personals. J.J. Watt, very, very clean camo, one of the best defensive players ever. Warren Moon on the Oiler lid. A.J. Green, terrific receiver. Patrick Willis, Hall of Fame linebacker. And we got all the Williams. They're all fast, all athletic, all awesome. It's Kyron, Jameson, and Ricky Williams in those rep helmets. So, guys, let's get after it. Plenty of good stuff to attack. Let's talk about our favorite helmet in the break room right now, Dom. I got to go straight to the high roller. And personally, my favorite is the Chad Johnson. That's the one I got my eyes on.
Okay.
Something different. You don't get Johnson on speed flexes. That's my number one, followed closely by the Kurt Warner personally.
That's my number one right now, the Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner?
I love the greatest show on turf on the lid and the Cardinals as well because, as great as Kurt Warner was on the Rams, and, make no doubt about it, his best years were in the Rams, he's not a Hall of Famer without his years on the Cardinals as well.
Helped him get that Hall of Fame status for sure.
Yep.
Second favorite helmet, what else you got your eyes on?
Well, that Chad Johnson is awesome. Let's see, I love the Terry Bradshaw. I mean, you can't pick a bad helmet in this high roller, which is... especially the Steve Smith. I love Steve Smith, one of my favorite players growing up.
Childhood hero.
Especially after he beat the Bears in that playoff game.
What'd you say?
What?
Do we have a dump button on this? Like, rewind 7 seconds? I didn't hear what you said, Dom. I'll pretend that I didn't hear that. So, that Kurt helmet is sexy. What's up, Chris Knowles? Big-time Ram fan, Chris Knowles.
That's right.
I know the high roller's a little bit bigger risk, but my man, it could be a pretty good reward to get that Kurt Warner lid. It is beyond sexy. Raider fans, Bo Jackson. We were talking about this last night. Normally it's the silver and black. This is a golden speed flex, but I kind of love it, Dom. I kind of love this helmet, Bo Jackson. Very, very clean lid there. Mr. Bo Jackson.
I gotta hear back from the Raiders fans because, the Raiders, the silver and black. I don't know if this is, gold on the Raiders. I don't know if that's like, is that a thing?
Bobby Ward wanted it.
So I guess it's good. All right. Bobby's a Raider fan. All right. If it's good enough for Raider fans,
it's good enough for me.
That's right. The gold.
I also want to showcase some of these half and half helmets because, again, very, very minor imperfections. Personally, I'm kind of obsessed with the 2 Viking Chromes. And I'm obsessed with the double box break. $248. Get yourself $3,000 worth of value and then some with the Jefferson and the Moss. So those are clean. And actually, the Bo Jackson and the half and half is a little bit lighter gold. The loaded dice is a little bit darker gold. I will say, though, if you're thinking between the two, obviously... half and half is a little bit lower price, but I would recommend the high roller because it is going off the page tonight, Dom.
That's right.
This is not going to be available for tomorrow's 9 a.m. show. I know we were super nice leaving this up for you guys after last night, but we're not that nice, Dom. You got to earn it here. You got to earn it here in the break room in this high roller last day available. Josh Stone is saying 5 to go in the jerseys.
Yes, sir.
Let's refresh here. I do see only 4 to go in the half and half, and that jersey break is 5 to go as well. So I'll put this in the chat, guys. You guys run the break room. You let me know what you want to do. What would you guys like to break tonight? 24 people watching, but we're just warming up, Dom.
That's right.
I'm kind of filtering in. It's like going to, a sporting event. Like, you take that snapshot an hour before the game and it's not that crowded, but you take that snapshot an hour into the game, jam-packed. And that's what the break room's going to be as more of these guys filter in here for the 6 p.m. prime time show here at Ultimate Autographs.
It's not as bad as the Miami Heat basketball games in the first quarter when nobody's there.
That's true.
Takes them a while to get there.
Miami Heat fans,
Enjoying the weather. It's nice.
it is nice in there. So, speaking of basketball, we have the Pacers and Knicks tonight. Got my eyes on over 224.5, Dom.
Who do you think wins?
So I did pick the Pacers to win the series. And I picked the Pacers to win game 1.
Okay.
But I'm going to go Knicks game 2 because I think it's going to be competitive. And if they go down 0-2, it won't be competitive. So give me the Knicks. I think the Pacers cover 6.5, though.
That's right.
It's going to be one of those like buzzer beater situations tonight.
All right.
So give me that one. Dice roller is 6 or higher, Josh. I don't know where you heard 7, but you definitely did not hear correctly. Maybe he's gotten lost in the data that Ricky has enlightened me on, because Ricky has said that 7 is the most common dice roller. So now I like to point it out whenever we spin it.
All right.
But dice roller has always been 6 or higher. That has been a thing for over 4 years. So I think Josh must have misheard.
Yeah.
Definitely 6 on the dice roll is good, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter who wins because OKC's taking the whole thing. I mean, I agree, Nathan. I think at this point, that's not a hot take necessarily.
Yeah.
They look like the best team.
I think Nathan's right.
I think you are right on that one. Let's do the mini personal. We do have a mini personal, Dom.
Austin.
There's no breaks ready, but Austin has a mini personal. By the way, Austin, you got to get in at half and half. Austin's a diehard Viking fan, and there's a sick Chrome, Moss, and Jay Jettas both in the half and half. And if he's worried about the lower, the damage side of things, how about the diamond break? Get in for that Justin Jefferson, Austin. Do the stanky leg here and get that helmet. It's Austin Stanky.
Yeah.
He does the stanky leg when he wins, Dom.
I like it.
It only makes sense. Beautiful Jetta's lid. So mini helmets are out of 30. I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel here for the minis for Mr. Austin if he doesn't get back to me in the next 30 seconds or so. So keep it rolling, guys. It doesn't matter who's in it. I'm going to win the gift card for 3-pointers. Let's go, Karen. So I'm guessing she means common, Tanya.
Let's go, Karen.
Let's go. Don't call me a Karen.
Let's go. I know plenty of people. I don't know plenty of people named Karen, but I know people named Karen that are very nice.
I know one, Karen Reagan. She's a customer.
Yeah.
She's awesome. So speaking of Tanya, just saying, Tanya, you're a Charger fan. LaDainian Townsend, the Diamonds, get in there.
Plenty of people know Karen. I don't know plenty. I know a couple.
Okay. Have you seen the clip of Alex and Karen's? I have to show it to you at some point.
I know.
Alex Tellez. It's probably the greatest comment ever made on our airwaves.
Okay. Oh.
I'll tell you after the show, though. I probably don't want to repeat it live during the show. But it was the greatest moment ever for me, witnessing someone say something to other people live on the show. It was very cool. Shout out to Alex T. Stupid autocorrect. Sorry, Common. That's okay, Tanya. I figured you meant Common. All right, let's spin this wheel here. Let's spin this wheel. Good luck, guys. Austin Stanky, actually, good luck, my man. He's got 11, looks like, for Dante Culpeppa. And now you had it right, Tanya. It's Karen, LOL. Just kidding, LOL, says Alex. See, Alex knows what comment I'm talking about. Alex knows exactly what I'm referencing. I think you would enjoy it. I got to find the footage, Dom. I don't know exactly what date it was, but I definitely think you would get a laugh out of it. More than anyone else on staff.
Oh,
no, you'll definitely laugh. All right, so Austin, we have number 11 coming up in the pylon dive. 11 out of 30.
Good luck, Austin.
Oh, man. This is what you want. This is what you want when you get a mini personal. You want a headliner, and that is the NFL's single-season rushing record holder, Eric Dickerson, on the clean Rams Flash Mini. Austin Stanky, also 9th all-time in rushing yards, by the way. Without question, a top 10 back of all time, Eric Dickerson. That is nice. So I think Alex is writing the sticker back there, Dom.
Okay.
So I think I don't have to write anything else up anymore. So I'll just put this one in the back, and I'm guessing you'll bring the sticker.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I mean, we could probably have him in the room if he wants to be.
Yeah.
But he'll come in here. I don't know if it's easier, Alex, to just be in the room and then go back when you need to, because you're going to get the boxes for us that way. Yeah, so I'm thinking that's probably better. Then you go back there whenever you need to figure out who won what.
You got it.
Let's do that.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, I want to have more non-Packer blood near me, Tom.
Oh.
That's what I need here. Nice hit, Austin. Eric Dickerson on the mini.
Nice hit.
Tanya's in the basketball break for the gift card. So I think last year was 118 threes, which is worth like $590 in a gift card, which this year there'll probably be even more threes.
Mm-hmm.
So
If it's the Pacers, for sure.
yeah, no kidding. Was it Neesmith made like 8 threes in the game?
Yeah.
Last game. So there you go, Tanya,
Big
in
reason
that
for
basketball.
I mean, the number one reason for the comeback.
That and the Knicks' lack of defense. But
That
anyway,
huge shot from Halliburton.
that was awesome. Boop, boop. That's what I call that shot. The boop, boop. Up and in, up and down, in and around. So, yeah, that's that basketball break, by the way. In case you're wondering what the heck Tanya's talking about, she's not going crazy. Tanya never goes crazy, except for when she wins breaks. Then she goes nuts. But every three-point shot during the finals made will be a $5 gift card for every 3 made. So every entry in the series is an entry into a top spot drawing. The winner of the top spot drawing will then receive a $5 gift card for every 3-point shot made during the NBA Finals. Let's just say they make 100 threes. That's $500. They make 200 threes. That's a $1,000 gift card. So in the NBA, they make a lot of threes. So just saying. So Tanya could get that cash money. We got some great 3-point shooters in this series. Steve Nash, percentage-wise, one of the best ever. Damian Lillard, James Harden, more of the streaky 3-point shooters. Obviously, Paul Pierce could knock down threes for a big guy. Dirk Nowitzki, he was a 3-point shooter. There's a thing on Twitter, Dom, though, and the 2 guys I got, it was just a random selection of NBA players, and the thought was, this is your birth month. You need a 3 to get knocked down, and this is the guy you get for your birth month. Will you survive? And I saw it on 2 different versions, and I'm July, and one of them was Shaq, and the other one was Giannis. And I was like, I'm a dead man walking.
I love those.
Those are fun. And then my fiance, I think, had Curry for May. So
damn.
She's definitely living. It was one of those like memes online.
Let's see. I found one on Reddit.
Yes. Oh, there's May for Shaq.
Oh, see, the player.
July.
Okay, this might be a different one. The player on your birth month is to hit a wide open 3-pointer for you to live. So, what's your birthday, Alex? Or a month?
16.
September? Hey, 23rd. I'm the September. So we got Dame Lillard. We're good. September, we're good. You should be
Dame
good.
Lillard in the series.
You're July, right?
Who's that, KD?
You got KD. You're good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, May, my fiance, May's got Shaq. So there's different ones, though.
Yeah.
There's one that had me as Giannis, one that had me as Shaq. But this one, I'm alive.
Man, whoever's got Ben Simmons, January. Sorry.
Sorry if you have a January birthday.
Yes.
Which break has the best ratio for a headliner right now? So, Peter, hands down, without question, the best break for a headliner ratio is the Loaded Dice High Roller. Now, I know it's the highest price point, $465. Keep this in mind, though. There's 3 boxes that come out. There's a guaranteed speed flex inside each crate. It's a triple box break. You have a guaranteed speed flex in that break. Terry Bradshaw, Steve Smith Sr., Bo Jackson, Mike Evans, Chad Johnson, Kurt Warner. There is 6 crates left, 6 headliners left. It is a 1-in-3 headliner ratio and inside each crate. But the other one with really good ratios, actually, let's be completely honest. They all have really good ratios right now. I mean, I'm looking at the basketball. There's a 25-15 chance at a headliner, or 15-25 rather. 25 boxes left, 15 headliners left in basketball. That includes Malone, Dirk, Pierce, Shaq, KG, Iverson, Nash, Kareem, D-Wade, Dame Lillard, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and then the secondary headliners, Tyler Hero, Tony Parker, and Dominique Wilkins. But even better ratio, actually, is the half and half. Half the boxes are speed flexes, and there's actually 17 headliners left in 25 boxes. That is, 12 photo headliners plus 5 secondary. Emmitt Smith, Brian Urlacher, Kurt Warner, all on speed flexes, the most expensive helmets what the pros wear. Bo Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Randy Moss, Tyreek Hill, Darrelle Revis, Jay Jettas, Derrick Henry, Edgerrin James, Russell Wilson. Then all these secondary names, Warren Sapp, Marcus Allen, Drake London, Eric Dickerson, and James Harrison. So it's almost kind of ironic, Dom, that the 2 best breaks in the room right now are the high roller and the half and half, but they also have the best headliner ratios. So, but if you want to have a little bit, less pricey break, Peter, which obviously this is the best stuff, the high roller, the half and half authentic helmets. But if you're looking for something a little bit cheaper with good ratios, I'd recommend the mini helmets. There's 10 boxes left. There's 7 headliners left. Roger Staubach, Hall of Fame quarterback, Warren Moon, Luke Kuechly, actually 6 headliners and 9 boxes now with that Dickerson we pulled. So Moon and Kuechly, then Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, and Sam Laporta, 6 and 9 chance at a headliner in the minis. But the honest truth is, I'm looking at the board, Dom. Every single series right now either has a 50% or better chance or just under 50%. So you really can't go wrong anywhere right now, Peter. Question for you, Peter, is what's your favorite team? Because you should probably enter based on what team you like, right?
Good point.
What's the squad, Peter? Peter stands.
First pitch, Ronald Acuna saw this season. Home run.
Okay.
First pitch.
Oh, he's just playing tonight?
Yeah, his first game.
Good for him. Good that he's back. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. I'm hoping for that. Acuna is a break room regular.
He is?
Ronald Acuna, one of the best players in the game when healthy, Mr. Acuna. So that's exciting, Dom. Who do the Braves have tonight?
I think those are the Padres, I believe.
Padres?
Yeah, the Padres.
Peter's a Saints fan. All right, so Peter,
Diamonds.
for you, it's a no-brainer where you should head to. Which, by the way, every headliner is left in the Diamonds. You got to get the greatest Saint of all time, and probably along with the Patriots, I would argue the Saints is one of those organizations where there's no debate who the greatest Saint of all time is. It's not even close. It's Drew Brees far and away. I mean, who's even the second best Saint of all time? Jimmy Graham? Ricky Jackson?
I was gonna say Ricky Jackson, maybe?
Ricky Jackson?
Right?
Archie Manning? Arch Manning?
that's a good
the
question.
dad? I mean, no one... Ricky Williams?
Deuce McAllister?
Right, I'm just saying, there's not a lot of great Saint players. Drew Brees, second all-time in pass yards, passing touchdowns. That is a speed flex lid worth well over $1,000. It's an awesome, awesome helmet. Drew Brees has 9 of the 10 playoff wins for the Saints.
Now you got
They
me.
have 10 career playoff wins, Dom. He was the quarterback for 9 of them.
Drew Brees, obviously number 1. Now you have me on a...
A Saints goose egg?
yeah, just see
It's
who's
probably Ricky Jackson. Like, objectively. Like, the list will probably have Ricky Jackson, too.
Sam Mills, Jahari Evans, a great guard, played a long time.
Marquise Coaston's
Willie
number
Rofe?
4.
How do we not get Willie Rofe?
Willie Rofe, number 3.
That's
Offensive lineman.
Ricky Jackson number 2, yeah.
Okay,
and
so-
obviously Drew Brees. number
Yeah. So, Peter, you definitely should be in the Diamonds, my man.
Us not getting Willie Rofe is...
We should have got Willie Rofe.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Marcus Colston, number 4.
But, like, Marcus Colston is good, but if he's the 4th best player in your franchise's history, you haven't had a very good history.
He was the first receiver I remember wearing like a number like 12. He was number 10.
Yeah.
I was like, that's weird. And now,
Nico Collins.
Now every...
Well, everyone does it now.
Yeah.
So that is the best Saints player of all time. The diamond helmet's a no-brainer break for you. again, if you want a little bit lower entry point, we got the running back, Alvin Kamara, on the Saints jersey. Probably the best Saints player in today's world.
Yeah.
Again, if he stays healthy. So all the diamonds are left, Peter. I will preface by saying that we have a pairing up right now. What the heck does a pairing mean? It means we have one box left in the old series and one box left in the new series. It is a double box break. It says 192, but there's going to be 2 boxes coming out, aka 2 1-in-8 chances for you to win. In the old series, we have 2 boxes left. One of them is the Edgerrin James Salute to Service. In the new series, 30 boxes left, 10 photoed headliners. It's a 1-in-3 chance at a photoed headliner. You tack on Nico Collins, Gates, and Urlacher. It's a 13-in-30 chance. All of these are left. The incredible, actually, that's the old series. Here's the beautiful Peyton Manning Hydro Speed Flex. We got the Myles Garrett Speed Flex. We have so much good stuff in here, guys. The Jay Jettis Chrome Flex is in here as well. So get that series. All the headliners left, Peter. And the honest truth, Dom, is that really it's all about the first few spots. Once this bad boy goes down from 8 to 6, then it goes to 4, then it goes to sold out. So Bob Boulay in here with this encyclopedia facts says Marquise Colston went to a college that no longer plays football, Hofstra. The Green Lantern, Wayne Krebet, is also a Hofstra grad. There we go. Love the Green Lantern, Wayne Krebet. He's such an awesome receiver back in the day with Chad Pennington. Speaking of awesome, Mr. Pennington.
No, the receiver, a lot better in the movie. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
You don't have to.
I always get it mixed up with who's the guy in Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire?
Not Tobey Maguire, like the Spider-Man, the guy that fights Spider-Man. It's not the Green Lantern. It's the Green Goblin.
Oh, the Green Goblin?
Yeah, I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, I mean, green. Yeah.
So
you just don't like green. You don't like the Packers.
no, I like green. York High School.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to high school, Dom.
Okay.
But the Packer green, not as much. So get your spots in that challenge flag, Peter. I recommend getting in if you're a Saints fan. Definitely getting a Drew Brees Speed Flex. That would be an awesome get. I haven't mentioned this before, I don't think, Dom. Maybe I have. I say a lot of things. I'm on the show a lot of days, but I try not to repeat myself too much, at least, which is kind of impossible with all the stuff we have here. But my cousin's friend was the offensive lineman for Drew Brees at Purdue.
Ooh.
Apparently, really nice guy from what I hear, Drew Brees.
I've heard
So
no one say a bad word about Drew Brees, yeah.
there's only one, Mike
I
Winning
was going to say
Wilcox.
besides Michael, but yeah.
But Michael's on something when he talks about Breeze, though. So that Chargers lid is 6, says Tanya. Come and get it, Tanya. LaDainian Tomlinson with that beautiful black visor. If one helmet should have a visor with it, it's LaDainian Tomlinson. This guy, to this day, Dom, has the single season record for rushing touchdowns, LaDainian Tomlinson. And that's a record that will never get broken, apparently, because a couple years ago, Christian McCaffrey got a touchdown, seems like every game, and he didn't even touch LT's record. So, just saying. Jersey break earlier, Christopher James. If you could look into it, Dom.
Yeah, it looks like, see, that was done in the 9 a.m. show. That was Extra Point Jersey 24. That was Shea won a Don Mikowski jersey. So Shea Owens or
The Magic Man?
the Magic Man, yeah.
All
Quarterback
right.
for Favre, yeah.
How about that? The Magic Man, just for Dom. So Christopher James, I know is going to be balling here tonight. Could be balling in the high roller. He was hot. That's Chris Millard. He was hot last night, Dom. So get your spots, Chris. Some sick lids in the black and blue. Let's close it, says Kenneth. 4 to go in that single, Kenneth Stanton, and only 7 to go in that double. So, I mean, 4 is kind of the magic number, but 3 is the real magic number, Dom. When it's more than halfway there, the break's going to go immediately.
That's right.
A lot of sick lids in here. A lot of chromes, man. We got the Bo Jackson and the Emmitt Smith on those golden chromes. We got the purple chromes, Moss and Jay Jettas. What is it about the Vikings, Dom? do they like receivers grow on trees or something in
I think
Minnesota?
so, yeah.
Like, can the Bears get a branch of that somewhere?
Even like, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, those guys who, we forget about because, Jefferson and Moss are, I don't want to speak too soon on Jefferson, but let's be honest, he's all-time receiver.
Yeah, all time. Yeah, you're not speaking too soon.
Yeah, so they've always had really good receivers. Even, Chris Carter, and then another name that we get in the break room, the Michigan man. Who's the other? Anthony Carter.
Anthony Carter.
Another Viking that we get. So, yeah, I think you're right.
Man, like Jordan Addison's good.
Especially for the Packers who have not had a good defense in years. I don't like it. No, it does not make me feel good.
Well, the Bears don't have receivers usually either. So doesn't make me feel good either. A high roller left, Christopher. Oh, so much good stuff left. Real quick, though, for this half and half, Emmitt Smith, Urlacher, Warner, Bo Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Randy Moss, Jay Jettas, Russell Wilson, all those flexes are left. And you can get a visor on it. Very easy to add. You can clip it on yourself. The visors are very cheap. I also do imagine if you won the Urlacher lid, you could probably email customer service and they might be willing to add a visor to it for you as well, my man. We do typically save our visors for a lot of the high roller, the diamond series, but I know most flexes get them. That one oddly does not have one, but I'm sure if you win it, we'd be more than happy to put one on there for you, Mr. Christopher James. The Urlacher lid. It probably doesn't have a visor because Urlacher broke it. He was too tough. He didn't want the visor. He headbutted something and the visor came off, Dom. That's the explanation I can think of.
Is that before the hair or after the hair?
It was after the hair.
Oh, so not as painful. Probably.
Not as painful. Yeah. So the black and the high roller, by the way, is loaded. High roller has 6 crates left. We have some of the best looking helmets in the break room. One of the best athletes ever, Bo Jackson. Again, this is stuff I hear, Dom, but I'm kind of inclined to believe it. Had he not gotten hurt, could be a Hall of Famer in baseball and football. That's how good Bo Jackson was.
It's like 4 yards a carry for
He was
football?
efficient.
Yeah.
Extremely efficient. New movie coming out with Nicolas Cage as I'm hearing is going to play John Madden.
Yeah.
So Al Davis will be played, I think, by Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Which is going to be an awesome, awesome cast. Christian Bale.
It's Batman.
Heard he's a jerk of a person, but the guy's an incredible, incredible actor.
How can be a jerk of a person if he's Batman?
I mean, Batman could be mean sometimes.
Well, maybe he's got to pretend to be a jerk because he doesn't want people to know that he's Batman.
Yeah, well, anyway.
See?
Bo Jackson, he should make a cameo in that movie. I know it's going to be mostly, I think Madden never coached Bo, but, around the Raider organization.
Try broadcast a game.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would love to see Bo Jackson make a cameo in there. But that's a beautiful, beautiful golden speed flex. Bo Jackson, I'll be honest with you, is one of the easiest helmets to sell or trade in the break room because everybody loves Bo Jackson. You don't have to sell this to a Raider fan. Anybody would love a Bo Jackson lid. Everybody knows Bo. Exactly right, Alex. Everybody knows Chad Ochocinco. I believe this is the first ever Chad Johnson Speed Flex in the break room. I've never seen a Chad Johnson Speed Flex before with this face on it. Mr. Ochocinco, that's a must-get helmet in the high roller. Also, Chris, this is the last night of the high roller. This is going back off inventory. If this does not sell out tonight, you're out of luck. So if you want the high roller, get in tonight. Now we got TB12, Terry Bradshaw, one of the most well-known football players, sportscasters. He was even a movie star.
That's right.
Kicking and Screaming, Failure to Launch. Bradshaw is known by everybody for sure.
He's got a scene in Failure to Launch.
He does, yeah.
He's got a nude scene. He's got a nude scene.
He does?
He does, yeah.
Yeah?
Just saying.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, Terry's popular, man.
Yeah, Terry's very popular.
He's got good personality.
Steve Smith, still available, guys. 8th all-time receiving yards.
That's what people told me. I never seen the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like the movie.
That's the first question I ask when someone gives me a recommendation for a movie. I'm like, is Terry Bradshaw have a nude scene in it?
If not, you're not seeing it.
Only one movie I got lucky with that question.
Cool.
Yeah, so
that's
far.
Cool. Steve Smith, Rip Panther Speed Flex. one of the fastest guys of all time. Fairly rare autograph. I think we got a bunch of his autographs recently, but we've almost never had him before in the past. So you want to get this while you still can. Mike Evans on that two-tone chrome speed flex. But when this guy retires, he will probably be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He should be. One of the best receivers of all time. Look at that beautiful black, the red, the orange. The Mike Evans flex is stunning, man. And then, of course, the one that Dom and I both are oogling, goggling, and ogling over, the Kurt Warner, Dom. Such an awesome lid. Very expensive helmet with all the custom designs on it. These are the most expensive helmets. The triple box break, the greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner, number one all time in playoff passing yards per game, two-time league MVP, Super Bowl champion. Such an iconic career for a guy that couldn't get in the NFL. He was boxing groceries at Hy-Vee. Got a chance with the Rams. Trent Green goes down, and the rest is history, as they say. Sledge says, anyone want to jump into a diamond? Let's do it. Diamond break, all authentics as well, guys. Make your moves. That black and blue half and half, though. 2 to go down. Let me drop that link in. That one's coming up. 2 spots to go in the black and blue half and half. And I think I have a feeling, Dom, that once we see one of these helmets in this half and half, and we see how clean it looks, to be honest, this series could take off. Because I know you hear black and blue, you hear slight imperfections, slight signature smudges or, chips on the helmet. Usually it's the non-auto side, and it's the teeniest, the tiniest scratches that you probably got to get your magnifying glass on. I think Joe Aguilar is bringing his magnifying glass. Actually, he's not because he's not here tomorrow. But he would be bringing it in otherwise because he doesn't know what's wrong with him. He's always like, what's wrong with the helmet? It looks perfect. So you guys will see those black and blues. They are really, really clean helmets at a discounted cost. Definitely worth having in the black and blue. So 2 to go in that break. That will likely be the first break of the show. Likely the first break of the show. Definitely not the last break of the show, though. So the B&B. White Sox in action tonight, Dom, against the Rangers. You ready? You feeling good?
Lock of the year is the Rangers.
Okay. So Cubbies are losing so far 4-2 to the Reds. I believe the NBA game's about to tip off. So got a lot of good sports going on, but there is no football, which we know is king. So the way to experience football, get the helmets in the break room.
Football 365 here in the break room.
All day, every day. You can actually purchase break spots at any moment. So if you got the blues about no NFL, no worries. We're here for you at Ultimate Autographs.
I know I do.
I know I don't watch the UFL, the XFL merger?
No.
There's a league going on right now, Dom, and I'm not watching it.
Isn't like The Rock the commissioner or something?
Yeah, I love The Rock, but I can't not watch. I can't watch that when there's football. I know there's a team called the Renegades, the St. Louis Battlehawks.
I saw something where Bob Stoops was coaching.
Yeah, he was coaching Bob Stoops.
And he was like, in the middle of the game telling the refs, I don't understand your rules. So I was like, oh, all right.
Go figure. That makes sense.
All right, that did close out.
We ready?
Get that ready for you. Yes, sir.
All right. Chandler Dunning, Chris Millard. Chandler back from Ireland here in the States. Always a pleasure to have Chandler in the break room. Maybe he's got the luck of the Irish with him.
Yeah.
He might have brought it. Half and half.
Number 2.
Single number 2. Go ahead and drop me a box number.
Scrolling at
Alex will bring the box here for us. Karen Reagan. You see, I told you, Karen. That's a good Karen right there. Karen Reagan. Stephen Plecky, Kenneth Stanton, Timothy Sievert, Chandler. Oh my God, Chandler. Chris Millard also in here, guys. First come, first serve. Give me a box number. Maybe we'll get you a speed flex here in the black and blue half and half. Christopher James looking for 12. 12, 12, 12. I do see 12. 12 is coming up. Let's party. Party, party, party. Thank you, Alex. All right. Let's get these guys randomized. The half and half. It's 7 o'clock right now. Get those spots. Like we said earlier, guys, about 8 o'clock Central Time is when the Friday night show gets its wings. We start flying at 8 o'clock, Dom, with all the dinner dates, etc., wrapping up. That's usually when the show really takes off. So get the spots now because we'll be bumping like crazy at 8 p.m. So dice roll is 6, 4, 5, and 6 for Jay Cuddy here. Stephen Plecky's got the NFC North. Chris Millard in the NFC South. Timothy Sievert, the NFC East. Chandler Dunning, the NFC West. Chris Millard, AFC North. Karen Reagan, AFC South. Chandler Dunning, AFC East. And Kenneth Stanton in the AFC West. Latino Heat is not behind the scenes tonight. It's actually our new guy. Alex, how do you pronounce your last name? Neatling. Alex Neatling. Yes. So, Bob, we do have a new role here, associate producer / runner, helping us get some boxes, keeping us organized behind the scenes. Alex will likely also eventually venture onto the break team staff as well. But it is not Alex Tellez. It's Alex Neatling in the house. Bob Boulay. Bob has a nickname, Alex, and you'll know this. He's called the Encyclopedia. He knows about everything, though, not just sports. Okay. He's got a mirage of facts inside his head. He's also really good at Google. He knows how to use Google.
He knows what you did last summer.
Yes. You know. He's a jack of all trades. I'm actually watching your Knicks, Bob, says Alex Tellez. How about those over, Alex? Over 224.5. Latino Heat.
Whatever the Jalen Brunson points over is, I like it.
Yeah, 30.5, I think, something like that. All right, what do we got for the first lid? Oh, well, Alex, you just saw this helmet. We saw this helmet last night, too, Dom. One of the best defensive players in Steeler history, NFL history. It's James Harrison, the former Defensive Player of the Year, former Super Bowl champion, had the massive pick 6 against Kurt Warner and the Cardinals. And like I said, Dom, I better get my magnifying glass out because this helmet looks very clean. Beckett QR code, closer magic, box number mojo. It's Chris Millard / Christopher James in the North with the James Harrison.
It's one of those helmets 100 years from now will be exactly the same. The iconic Steelers helmet.
It's so classic. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
I always liked how they only had the logo on one side.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it, Dom, because it looks pretty good to me. So there must be something that I'm not noticing. I haven't gone to my eye doctor this year, but the helmet looks very nice, Dom.
I actually have.
You have?
I have. I got my thing in the mail that I'm due for another second follow-up or whatever.
I'm proud of you.
I ignored that one, though. That one's
okay. I got you. Yeah. I got you. I'll be tuning in just for a few minutes as Bob back and forth between the Garden, the American Airlines Center in Dallas, and the Matt Sala Studio in Burr Ridge. Ooh, the Matt Sala Studio.
That's right.
I like that. That has a good vibe to it.
Does sound like a stadium, like a stadium.
The Matt Sala Studio. I like that. So there you go, Bob. Oh, turning it on in a few minutes, the basketball game. There you go.
What time's that game at?
I think it tips at 7, but it always tips late. You know, it's
like 7:10.
It says 7, it's 7:10. Here you go, Alex.
I'm gonna go with the Knicks tonight. Good game from
Brunson.
Yeah, like 35-40 point game.
Yeah.
Brunson, yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably need to score 35 or 40 against that Pacer team. Those guys are. I mean, I'm also picking the Thunder, but that Pacer team is pesky, man. Mm-hmm. They're pesky. Very pesky. So keep those orders rolling, guys. Like we just showed off the James Harrison. Pretty good lid. Pretty good lid for James Harrison. Not too much wrong with it.
So we got some basketball in the room, so I won't, take too much time on this. What did you like better? How the basketball NBA is now where, beginning of the year you have no clue what the champs are? Or did you like how when it was Warriors and Cavs every year? I know you're a Steph guy.
That's a loaded question because I'm also a LeBron guy too.
No, I get it.
So from perspective of, liking Steph and LeBron, I was not too upset at the time, but long term for the league, I do like the parity.
Yeah.
Overall, it's good. I'm not the biggest fan of any team left necessarily, though, because I'm also a Giannis and a Jokic fan. So I was kind of like, teams I was looking at was, Warriors, Lakers, Nuggets, Bucks. All my teams I was cheering for got knocked out.
No, I hear you.
So I'm not necessarily a fan of any team. I'm low-key jumping on the Pacers bandwagon right now.
No, though.
I'm jumping on with Tyrese Halliburton's dad.
The comebacks.
Yeah, the comebacks. It's a team like, not one second, third-tier star. Not like, I know Siakam is good, but they don't have like all the brand names.
No, yeah.
So I'm kind of on that Pacer bandwagon at the moment.
Always like their coach, Rick Carlisle.
He's very good.
One in Dallas, so he's been there before. You never say never if they played a Thunder. I thought the Mavericks years ago, 2011 when they played Miami, the Dirk, where he got his ring.
Yeah.
I didn't think they had a chance because look at that team. You had the LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, super team, and then you had Dirk and who's the second best?
Sean Marion.
You had JJ Barea guarding LeBron in that series.
Jason
but
Kidd.
Dirk was on just a generational run that, they beat them, but
Yeah, Dirk available in the break room as we speak. That was that run where he made like 1 million free throws in a row. The finals MVP, Dirk Nowitzki. You mentioned the Pacers. The last time the Pacers were this good was when they played Shaq in the finals. It was one of the first finals I remember watching as a kid. It was the Lakers and the Pacers. That was the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, but a young Kobe, that first finals run. In the finals, I think it was 01 finals, maybe it was.
was that before the Sixers or after the Sixers? Because the first one I watched was Lakers Nets, and that was the last one of the three.
I think it was Pacers, then Sixers,
Okay.
then Nets.
Okay, yeah.
But that finals run, I'll pull it up right now since I'm referencing
Yeah.
it. Might as well. I want to say it's the 2001 NBA Finals.
Yeah, my first finals was Lakers Nets.
No, 2000 maybe it was then.
And being a kid back then, Shaq was like the coolest athlete in the world.
He was really cool. All right, so these are the numbers that a lot of folks probably don't remember or recognize, Dom. Shaq averaged in that series 38 points and 17 rebounds a game. 38 and 17, plus 3 blocks, for good measure. Kobe averaged 15.6. So when people talk about Shaq and Kobe together, the last couple years, it was a Batman and Robin situation. That first finals run, it was a Batman and Alfred situation.
There's a very good 1 hour YouTube documentary, and they talk about how during the regular season, during these times, Phil was more of like, okay, guys, we'll let Kobe be the guy, the leader. But during the playoffs,
Give Shaq the ball.
Phil told Kobe, we got to feed the big man. That's our best chance.
You
We got
gotta
to
feed him.
Got to feed the big man.
So 61% percentage from the field, Shaq, in that finals run, man. That is just iconic Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, he scored 38 of 105 points for the Lakers that finals. Got 17 out of 41 rebounds.
Imagine if we did have that Kobe Bryant mentality, working out every day in the gym.
I also think to myself, Shaq was a guy that, he always played with the co-star. Kobe, Penny, D. Wade.
Yeah.
He always had a guy there. What if it was just Shaq? What if he was just the guy? Because he's the guy that could have averaged 38 points a game, in the regular season with ease if he wanted to.
Yeah, what if his second guy was Chris Paul instead of Kobe? Chris Paul more of a passer than a scorer.
What if Magic Johnson was his point guard?
Exactly.
Kareem?
Yeah.
Kareem and Magic? Imagine Magic and Shaq.
Steve Nash.
Kareem, by the way, and Steve Nash, both in this break, by the way. So is D. Wade, former teammates with Shaq.
James Harden, man. James Harden, triple-double guy, so.
We have 2 of the top 5 shooting guards of all time in this break, with D. Wade and James Harden, 4-5 respectively. What do you think?
D Wade for sure. I guess you're right about Harden. Harden's numbers There's a stat out there. I wish I could find the specific stat, but it's like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and James Harden.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
So loaded series in the basketball series, guys. Get your spots. Beyond the Arc basketball series is absolutely loaded. 8 to go in that double, and we are looking at 6 to go in the single. $53 a spot potentially for a Shaq, for a Nash autograph. Some of these awesome basketball players here available in the break room. So every single guy on this graphic is either a Hall of Famer or will be, with maybe the exception of Tyrese Maxey, but I can honestly see him getting in because the guy is super duper talented in the Beyond the Arc basketball mixer series. You mentioned on the show last night, Dom, how it's been 8 straight years a foreign guy has won the MVP. Well, I know we had some guys way back in the day, the Drazen Petrovic, Sabonis, Sabonis, the current Sabonis, his dad. There was some good European players, Tony Kukoc, but the first great overseas player to really make waves in the NBA where you were like, okay, this guy is him. It's Dirk. And Dirk's success in the NBA paved the way for the Giannis, the Luka, the Jokic, all these guys getting drafted because of how good Dirk was. I want the beard comment. Let's go Harden, says Tanya. What, you find the stat, Dom? I know you're perusing.
I'm still looking. I was listening to Bill Simmons podcast, and that's
okay.
It was a stat where it was like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and LeBron James, and then James Harden. I was like, oh, James Harden.
It's pretty good company.
Yeah, good for him.
Pretty good company. So get your spots, guys, in that basketball break. Some of the best basketball players of all time. A lot of classic hits here. It's actually kind of funny about Shaq. It's like he played with a lot of these guys. He played with Steve Nash in Houston, or in Phoenix, excuse me. D. Wade with the Heat. Shaq he played with a lot of these big dogs, Shaquille O'Neal. And so that one is 6 to go in the single. I am shocked we have not touched the high roller yet. That is 8 to go. The automatic chase wheel spin, the guaranteed speed flex inside each crate. Now, when I think of winner, everyone thinks of Tom Brady, and rightfully so. But who's got the second most rings ever in the history of football for quarterbacks?
TB.
It's Terry Bradshaw. Bradshaw and Montana each have 4. Mm-hmm. Montana there in the jerseys. Bradshaw, of course, available in this series. Terry Bradshaw on the Steeler Speed Flex. And I got to be honest, Dom, you made a very convincing point last night. A lot of folks down on Terry Bradshaw. I look at the touchdown to pick ratio myself as a statistician. But then you look at the guys back then, you look at all the other quarterbacks of that same era. Well, their numbers aren't much better. They're worse, in fact. So Terry Bradshaw, it's so different among eras. That's why it's hard to compare somebody in the 70s versus someone now. But let this sink in. What if Terry Bradshaw had the modern tape, the modern medicine, all the stuff, the quarterbacks, the rules today where you can actually, you're protected as a quarterback, which I like, by the way. You don't want your quarterbacks getting injured. I'm actually for the protection. Do they occasionally protect them too much? Yeah. I mean, there's a few calls that probably could be let go, but overall, the quarterback safety rule is for the good of the NFL. It is very hard to argue against 4 championships, an MVP, and 2 league MVPs. Terry Bradshaw is without question top 20 quarterback of all time, if not top 15. By the way, a beautiful signature, too, for Bradshaw on this awesome Speed Flex, guys. Get that TB12. Steeler Nation. Just Football Nation. Bradshaw's an expensive auto, and he's worth it in this high roller with only 6 crates left, guys. The OG TB12. It can't be good if you're looking at Reddit, James Harden stuff, because you find other stuff on Reddit and his numbers in certain situations down.
No, I'm just reading some of the comments where someone said he's top 5 for me, better than Kareem. He's got great handles, super clutch, and can close. Speed is elite too, and his step back is literally unstoppable. I think the only players I got ahead of him are Kobe, Bron, Michael Jordan, All right, I think I'm good.
You probably shouldn't read that one. Got to have a little bit of playoff success.
I was
but,
waiting, yeah.
But
no,
obviously, Harden is very good.
yes, future Hall of Famer.
I should have bet Indiana, by the way. They're 7 already down.
Still early.
Yeah, the over-under, not great early, but not terrible.
Both these teams play better when they're behind. If you learn anything about the postseason,
They're just like Barcelona soccer. They play better when they're behind.
I was just thinking that
I
Barcelona.
thought that's what you were thinking about, Barcelona soccer. So, guys, the chat's a little bit quiet tonight. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing on a Friday night? A wee bit quiet. We're not shy. We don't bite. I promise, Dom. I don't bite at least. Do you bite? Mm-mm. I only, bite food, not customers. So Chandler jumping in. Thank you, Chandler. Just got into
B-ball.
The basketball single. Got a couple of spots in there. Putting that break at 4 to go. What's the basketball squad, Chandler? All I know about Chandler is the Florida State love. I don't know about his NFL, his basketball team. I'm like, who could he might be a Heat fan? Get that D Wade, right? FSU, Miami Heat.
Chandler looking for Patrick Williams in the and more section.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams. Ooh.
Yeah.
A lot of hype about him.
He's getting paid though.
Hey, it's good to get paid.
I thought he was gonna be good, Patrick Williams.
Yeah, he's not bad. But you can't always live up to that, hype.
Yeah.
Half and half was a James Harrison authentic then. One of the best pass rushers of all time, James Harrison authentic. It was not a speed flex, though, which means that the speed flex ratios got better in the half and half then. So I would get right back in that half and half, my man, and get some more heat in that series. Had some James Harrison here of late in the break room.
Yes, sir.
Good to see number 92. And that half and half, by the way, the next single's open. The next double has got 7 to go. In case you missed it, it's only slight imperfections. And I love, personally, the NFC North in this break. Because you can get a Justin Jefferson Chrome Speed Flex and a Randy Moss Chrome Speed Flex. You get the North for $248, Dom.
Yes, sir.
$248. And there's a Brian Urlacher Speed Flex in here as well. So I love the option to double up. 2 of the best receivers ever. I mean, when it's all said and done, Dom, I think that it's going to be Rice, Moss, Jettas, and Chase, the 4 best receivers ever. And this guy will be one that you'll want, Jay Jettas.
Where do you have Dontavian Wicks on that list?
1 millionth and 13th. That's where I have him.
Yeah, but definitely Jay Jettas, man. He looks, an all-timer.
Right?
That's the worst part with these all-time guys. It's like, trade him out of division.
Right?
I don't want to play him twice a year.
I'm curious to see what happens with Jettas because, I want to see what happens with J.J. McCarthy. Because J.J. McCarthy's a super talented quarterback. That last draft class has looked really good so far. Mm-hmm. He's a winner. But I will tell you this, if McCarthy is not great, Jay Jettas is leaving. He's going to want to play with the great quarterback, Dom, so it's not all that crazy.
Listen, I'm no Jimmy Johnson scout, but I'll tell you this. Coming this time last year, I would have picked J.J. McCarthy over Sam Darnold any day of the week.
Yes.
Sam Darnold looked good last year because he had Jay Jettas.
Yes.
I think if you're a J.J. McCarthy fan, if you're a Viking fan, I think hopefully I'm wrong, but I think you'll be okay.
Yes.
I'm not a big believer, but I'm more of a believer in J.J. McCarthy than Sam Darnold.
Well, he's got a great coach and a great receiver.
Yep.
And that goes a long way.
Couple good receivers.
That goes a long way.
Aaron Jones, too, great
good
running back.
Yeah.
Probably hiding out in the and more section somewhere in this break room.
So Jefferson and Moss for $248 in the black and blue half and half. Arguably, both guys will be on the Mount Rushmore of receivers when it's all said and done, guys. That is a no-brainer. We also got the Jettas Chrome and the Diamonds with the no imperfections on it. That purple chrome, there's just something about that lid hits different, Dom. Something about this helmet hits different with the silver ink. Justin Jefferson. I would love to see, Jettas with a elite quarterback because Obviously, Kirk Cousins was close to elite for a while. But, I mean, you look at the guys he played with, Sam Darnold, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins. He's never had like that clear top 5, top 10 quarterback. And if he gets one, I think his life will be even easier. I mean, he made probably the best football catch I have ever seen. That play against the Bills a couple years ago where I think it was like a 4th and 18. Cousins throws it up, one-handed over like 3 guys. Like, he made the OBJ catch look like nothing, Tom. That Jettis catch. And that showed you how tall he is, how athletic he is, how strong he is, and what good hands he has. This is a lid, outside of a quarterback. If I were playing the break room, this is the first helmet I want currently in the NFL that's not a quarterback, Dom. That's my favorite lid, Jay Jettas.
They have that catch as a T-shirt.
Of course they do. I love that. So Jefferson in the half and half and the diamonds, strongly recommend. A very, very expensive lid. Very, very good receiver, Jay Jettas.
That was a great game.
I
remember watching that.
It was a playoff game overtime game, excuse me, but it felt like a playoff
How
game.
did Buffalo lose that game?
I think weren't they on like the 1 yard line?
They fumbled it, right?
And they fumbled or something. Oh, here we go. More points for the over, Dom, here in this game. But 34 of you guys watching. What do you guys think? What would you like to get into here tonight? Let's party here in the break room.
Partay.
And I'm shocked the high roller hasn't moved. It is a triple box break. The last day available in the high roller. Guaranteed speed flex inside each crate. And I'll be honest with you, Dom. I know you see the 465, but almost every helmet in there is worth more than 465. I mean, you get like the speed flexes are worth north of 1,500, sometimes north of 2,000. These are worth a ton of money. But even the other authentics in there will be worth $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1,000. These are the best helmets in the break room in that high roller, guys. And the half and half is like a mini high roller because it's the best helmets, but not, maybe slight imperfections and not guaranteed to get a speed flex in the break. So 34 of you guys watching. I call that foreshadowing, Tom. We got Bo Jackson in the half and half, Bo Jackson in the diamonds, Shaquille O'Neal and Paul Pierce in the Beyond the Arc basketball.
I love a good foreshadow.
In
a movie?
You will buy these breaks. So I'll foreshadow this.
These are the speed flexes you were looking for.
We pull Shaq and Bo Jackson tonight. I'm going to call that tonight, Don.
Okay. Shaq and Bo Jackson?
Shaq and Bo Jackson.
I want to call my shot.
Okay.
Kurt Warner. And I got to do a basketball.
Yeah, pick a basketball player.
So I'm going to go Kurt Warner for football, and I'm going to go...
Hold on. Let me write down what I think you're going to pick.
Okay.
Because I know you. I know who you're going to pick here.
You shouldn't have said that. Now I'm going to try to throw a curveball.
Nope. I know exactly who you're picking.
All right. I try to stay true to myself.
Stay true to yourself.
I'll pick the KG.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Ooh.
I thought you'd go with like a shorter, scrappier guy, or shorter guy, Dom.
Why is that?
Steve Nash.
I'm 6'2". They don't know how short I am.
Steve Nash was my pick.
They don't know how short I am.
I was wrong.
Steve Nash? That's Colin's guy. Colin's got the Steve Nash jersey. It's his boy.
Rip had a Steve Nash jersey yesterday.
I guess I'm the only person without Steve Nash
I don't
jersey.
have a Steve Nash jersey either. I'm missing out. What's everyone interested in? I'm game for anything, says Chandler. Great question. Great question. So, Chandler, you know how the break room is played. If you get the first 2 spots in a break, everybody else generally follows you. So Chandler got the basketball down to 4 to go. I'm willing to bet that if Chandler gets 2 in the high roller or 2 in the half and half, Dom, those breaks will go tonight, right?
For sure.
So get your spots, Chandler. Or the diamonds, by the way. New diamonds. All the headliners left in here. The Challenge Flag Diamond Series. That Hydro Peyton Manning. Very, very clean helmet as well in that Diamond Series. But let's be honest, Tom. I've said this a lot and I'll say it again. Diamonds, loaded dice, half and half, the best breaks in the room.
Yeah.
But the customers listen to us sometimes. They listen to each other about 90% of the time. So when Chandler says, what's everyone interested in? I'm game for anything. If you put it in the chat that you're interested in this break, you'll buy a spot, Chandler will play with you. We get 2 spots knocked off just like that. Someone else gets in 3 spots, 4 spots. And just like that, Dom, we're off and running.
Yes, sir.
So I know a lot of you guys watch the show because you love watching the show. But I guarantee you, Dom, there's, of the 32 people watching, there's always 7 or 8 people that are ready to break boxes. So if you 7 or 8 put it in the chat what you want to break and get that spot, everyone else will follow you tonight. So no need to zip the lip. No need for silence. Let us know what you want to break, because I don't want zip lips here in the chat. Tanya says basketball. Let's get it, Chandler.
Chandler's in the basketball already.
Chandler's already in. Is Tanya in the basketball?
Tanya, check the running break sheet. Tanya's in. Yep. Tanya, Kevin, and Chandler.
Tanya's in that basketball single. That one is 4 to go. So imagine for $53, you get a Shaq, you get a Dirk, you get a Karl Malone. That Utah Jazz retro jersey, that's different, and that is nice. So let's get that basketball done. 4 spots to go. What did Chandler get into?
The diamond.
Chandler's in the diamond helmets. Putting that one 5 to go. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Chandler by 3 spots.
2. John Takamura got in there too.
Ooh, what's up, Mr. Takamura? So diamonds are now 5 to go. So this should definitely go down now that we're 5 to go. Everything is left. We have arguably, Dom, in this series, you know, quarterbacks are the most expensive and the best autographs out there.
Mm-hmm.
We have arguably, in my opinion, Dom, 3 of the 7 greatest quarterbacks of all time. For me, Peyton Manning is number 2 or 3 all time. Breeze is 5 or 6. And I have Steve Young as my number 7 quarterback of all time on my list. So 3 of my top 7 quarterbacks ever, all in the series. And then we have the 2 best non-quarterback skill players in the league today. Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson. You take out quarterbacks, and of course, linemen never get respect. So I'll take out the linemen. I'll talk about the skill positions outside of quarterback. The 2 best players in the league are Saquon Barkley and Justin Jefferson.
Absolutely.
And they're both in the series. So George says jerseys halfway there. There we go, George. The jersey break is 4 to go, I see, which, by the way, all the headliners left except for the Bake Show and the Nico Collins in that jersey break. 4 to go in the jerseys, 4 to go in the basketball, 5 to go in the diamond double. All of those are most definitely coming up here tonight. So I like the suggestions, guys. Thank you so much. If you're out there lurking in the shadows, let us know what you want. I would definitely say this. The series they're talking about, the Diamonds has every headliner left, Dom, including, what is that? Barkley, Jefferson, Garrett, Manning, and Breeze. 5 speed flexes left in there. And then that jersey break has all the headliners left, but the Nico Collins and Baker Mayfield. And then the basketball break, I think we've only pulled a handful of headliners. I believe we pulled Cade Cunningham, and I think the Hakeem Olajuwon, both of those.
Yep. Came last night.
I
and
think-
a kid. Yep.
I think that might be it,
And
right?
Clyde, right?
Oh, Clyde Drexler. Yeah, Clyde Drexler as well. So pretty loaded in the basketball break. Very, very loaded. I mean, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We don't get that auto in the room all that often. Talking about the greatest players of all time, you take high school ball, college ball, and pro ball, excuse me. I don't think we've ever had a better basketball player at all 3 levels, Dom. I mean, he was dominant at every stage of his career. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor, baby. They changed the rules for him. They wouldn't let him dunk.
Best college basketball player of all time?
I think so, right?
Gotta be, right?
Right? I mean,
Him
with
and Bill Walton.
and with all the championships they got, for sure. What did we just get into here?
Oh, just chipping away on the jerseys.
There we go. So jerseys are now 2 to go. So again, I don't lie to you guys. I told you guys, you put something in the chat, your fellow teammates will follow. George said jerseys halfway there, and just like that, George,
I think jerseys are closed.
jerseys are closed. So if you're thinking about something, put it in the chat. It'll close with ease here tonight. Jersey breaks, says Chandler. Football jersey. Go ahead and drop me a box number in the jerseys. The foosball jerseys. So that is coming up.
All right, give me a second. I have to make a live break sheet for that.
You're good, Dom. No problem. If you are in that jersey break, though, do drop us a number.
Open field.
The open field jerseys.
Jersey number 3.
It's a brand new series. Only a few boxes done. Actually, only two done exactly. Both headliners so far. Chandler with 22. Thank you, Chandler. And the jersey boxes are back, Dom. How about that?
The pizza boxes.
The pizza boxes. Let's pizza, baby.
There you go, sir.
Let's pizza. I think I told you I briefly worked at Domino's at one point. Did you really? Oh, it did? What town was that? Okay, well, so I worked at Domino's, so I graduated college, and I was a few months without a job before I got my first job. So my mom said, if you're going to live at home until you get a job, you better get yourself a job and earn some money. So I had to work anywhere until I got my career sports broadcasting started. Worked at Domino's. We used to have the races on who can fold the pizza boxes quickest. I was okay. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the worst. And I don't know, Ricky said this on the air, Dom. Feel this. The new boxes are smooth. Smooth.
I don't know. I feel like they was.
I think they're smoother.
I just think we're.
Maybe we
I
just
mean, they are
missed them
smooth, but
so
weren't they
much.
always smooth?
I don't know. These are nice boxes, man. Nice boxes.
It is smooth.
So anybody interested in a Bo Nix Speed Flex? What's up, Polo?
What up, Polo?
We got a Lion fan here, Chris. Alex Neatling in the background. Big time Lions fan. But he can't play the break room, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Alex. That is part of the rules. Employees cannot play the breaks. I'm sorry, bud. Josh Stone, Nathan Finley, Omar Ramirez Nieves, George Williamson, Matthew House, and Chandler Dunning. So 22 coming up in the jerseys. I got that off the ticker. I'll get you guys randomized for your spots 6 times on the way. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Let's have some fun tonight in the break room. It is about to be closer to 8 o'clock, usually about 8 p.m. on a Friday night. We do start to take off, Dom, here on a Friday night. All right, 6 times on the way here. We got 4, 5, and 6. It is Omar Ramirez Nieves in the NFC North. Matthew in the house here in the NFC South. Chandler Dunning, NFC East. Josh Stone, NFC West, AFC North. We got George Williamson, AFC South. Nathan Finley, AFC East. And Chandler Dunning, AFC West. Tanya's got her pom-poms out, Dom. Says, good luck, Chandler.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, guys. Ooh, hey, Kramer, says Ronnie. What's up, Ronnie? Always loves to call me Kramer. He's such a nice guy. What's the best helmet in the room? Want to enter a break that has the best helmet, and we'll break tonight. Thank you. It is a matter of subjectivity, but Ronnie, Dom and I think the best helmet in the room for me right now is probably the Kurt Warner, the High Roller. I think this helmet is the best. I don't know if we'll sell out all 6 of these tonight, Dom, the last 6 left, but I'm pretty sure we'll sell out at least one of these.
Should sell them all out.
We should sell them all out.
So it's the last night.
It is the last night of High Roller. So that Kurt Warner, for me, is cool. Now, Ronnie and Sulaco is a guy with a massive PC. One thing he does not have is a Chad Johnson Speed Flex. That thing is absolute fire. That is also good in the High Roller. I will say this, Ronnie, obviously the diamonds will break. And we got all the headliners in the diamonds, including the Jefferson Chrome, the Saquon Super Bowl lid, the Manning Hydro Speed Flex, the diamonds, 5 spots left. That one will definitely break tonight with all the headliners left. And that half and half, by the way, got some fire lids in here. Got a Kurt Warner Chrome. We got ourselves so many goodies. The Baker Mayfield, the Moss Flex, the Jettas Flex. So a lot of goodies in there as well, Ronnie. You got a lot of good options, my man. All right, jersey break coming up. 22 out of 30. Quickly, Alex, we got to get this done before Dom gets back in here so he doesn't see a Packer jersey. We got Don Majkowski, the Magic Man, former Pro Bowl quarterback for the Packers. His injury opened the door for Brett Favre. So nice looking jersey, JSA certified. Omar Ramirez Nieves in the NFC North, Don Majkowski. I try to I get worried when a Packer comes out because Dom starts drooling. So I got to get it back in the box before his drool hits the jersey, right? Very nice. Live break 12, Chris Leon in the High Roller has not happened. It's up right now, my man. Now, we did do live break 11, so I'm not sure what you have as far as live break 12, but this definitely has not happened, Chris, because it's got 8 spots to go. Every single crate has a Speed Flex guaranteed, Chris. Live break 12 has not happened. Maybe I'll have Dom look at the winner sheet. It is entirely possible that you would have been in crate 11. But live break 12 has not happened in High Roller. That is active as we speak. All right, Don Majkowski jersey. Very nice. Yeah, we just won't tell Dom, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Get this folded up. Oh, there he is. He's back. Hide it, Alex. Hide it.
Don't look.
Don't look. You don't get to find out what we just pulled, Dom.
Magic Man.
How'd you know? You heard my voice?
There's the video playing.
Oh, rats. Rats. Can you see what happened in High Roller 11?
Yes.
Because I'm guessing Chris Leon is asking for High Roller 11, not 12. Because I remember hearing his name in the 3 p.m. show on my drive-in, Dom.
I gotcha. Give me 1 second. Get this sorted out.
And I'll put this, I guess we'll put this in so you can add it to the winner sheet.
I got it already. You're good.
Don Majkowski?
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
All right, and I'll look this for Chris.
He's got the order number 247691.
Alrighty, let me check that for you, Chris. Give me 1 second. I'm on that right now.
I believe he was in 11, not 12.
Yep, 247-691. That was High Roller 11. They did that in the 3 p.m. show. Let me get you the results. So it looks like Bobby Ward won twice. That was the Jonathan Taylor that's on the helmet table right now. And then he won an Ed Reed Authentic as well. And then Kyle Cassius won an Aaron Donald Authentic. So Ed Reed, Aaron Donald, the Authentics. Bobby Ward and Kyle Cassius, and the Speed Flex, Jonathan Taylor, going to Bobby.
You did not win, unfortunately, Chris Leon. But you can hop back in, win again. Get back in there, win a helmet in that High Roller. You did not win, unfortunately, with that order number, my man. Sorry. So 4 to go on that basketball single.
Mm-hmm.
Is Chris Leon a Charger fan? Because the best Charger of all time is LaDainian Tomlinson. So, Chris, if you're a Charger fan, 5 to go on that diamond. Might as well get in there and get that Charger, LaDainian Tomlinson. We got a gift for you, Dom.
What's up?
Omar's gifting you the Majkowski jersey.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, I hate when people do it because, they spend their hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And I feel, but hey, you sure, Omar? Because that is nice. I do appreciate that. The Magic Man.
Omar's a Niner fan. He doesn't like Packers, Dom.
Well, now I gotta grow the mullet like Don Mikowski.
I would love to see that.
I have to get the mullet.
I would love to see that. Do a Mike Gundy, Don Mikowski mullet.
You know, he gets forgotten about because obviously, you know, Favre after him, but he was a good player. He was a Pro Bowler. Just 2 years before the Favre took over, Mikowski was a Pro Bowler.
We could have had a Mikowski and Bledsoe Super Bowl matchup, but we got Favre instead.
Where's the they used to have like a poster, and he was like doing like the magic stuff on it.
The Magic Man. So congrats, Dom, on your New Jersey, man.
Oh, here it is.
It'll go next year to Mark Chamorro in the PC, right?
That's right.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
That is badass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Magic Man. They used to come out with like posters like that. There's a cool one for the Bears. Jim McMahon and Walter Payton, Chicago Vice. It's kind of like Miami Vice. It's really cool. But yeah, thank you, Omar. I appreciate it.
Omar says I'm positive. Happy birthday, Dom.
Thank you.
It's in September, Omar.
You
but
told
I
me
love
happy
it.
birthday yesterday. Omar's. I think.
know.
Oh, man.
Damn, you're blessed, Dom.
It's my birthday in May.
Birthday in May. Too many birthdays in May for me.
Now I wish good luck for the 49ers this season until they play my Packers and knock them out of the playoffs eventually.
That's always happens.
It always
right?
happens. Yep.
Oh, is that right, Ronnie? Say no to this one, Dom. Say no.
Email me after the show. All right.
We'll talk off air, he says, Roddy. We'll talk off air. Ronnie and Sulaco.
It's rude to say no to a gift.
That is true.
All right. It is.
We got to be nice to our customers.
That's right. I love our customers.
And their significant others, right?
Ronnie was the first person in this chat when I first started to make me laugh. Like
That is true.
when I saw Ronnie in this chat, you know, I was a little nervous when I first came and worked here because I didn't know how the chat was going to be. And then I saw Ronnie making his jokes. I'm like, I like this guy. This
Ronnie's
is
fun.
Yeah.
Ronnie's good people.
chat. I think he asked me if we had any like Ron Jeremy in the break room. I'm like, all right, this is.
This guy's right up your alley.
Yeah, I was like, all right, this guy's cool with me.
Ronnie's like 90-10 though. He's got like 90% really fun. Then he's got that 10% that are just like not me. Like the Ron Jeremy's hilarious. The certain doctor that he mentions, I can't stand when he does that. So that's part of the 10% bad Ronnie.
Yeah.
He's got 90% good humor, 10% bad. None of us are perfect, right?
I think that's when Jeff Garcia takes his phone, and I'll blame Jeff Garcia for that.
Okay.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, his neighbor.
Yeah,
Jeff
so-
Garcia and Ronnie are neighbors.
Blame Jeff Garcia for that.
Yeah, one of our customers is neighbors with Jeff Garcia.
The ex-49ers and Lions quarterback.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
What a name
Have we
drop.
pulled him on the Lions here in the break room?
No.
We pulled Dante Culpepper on the Lions before. And that
We did.
That broke my brain.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was usually I'm good with.
I've also had him on the Dolphins too.
I remember him on the Dolphins. That was Nick Saban. You know, that was
Yeah.
the Drew Brees, Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
You know, man, that could
Put
be,
some respect on Drew Brees.
You know, that could have been a Drew Brees Dolphin speed flex in the Diamonds right now if it wasn't for Nick Saban.
Right.
But that was the first like jersey. I'm like, that one broke my brain. 'Cause I'm pretty good with the he played there. I always remember those. That one, I'm like, man, I had no like memory of Dante Culpepper on the Lions.
Yeah. He was on that 0-16 team, I think.
I'm not even sure that he started. He might have backed.
He might have got hurt. He was with Dan Campbell played.
Yeah, it's behind Stafford, but that might even been Joey Harrington days.
Oof.
I loved Joey Harrington in Oregon.
Joey Harrington was a great college quarterback. Not a great pro
So
quarterback.
2 years with the Lions.
Yeah.
He started 10 games. He was 0-10.
Oof. I think he was on that 0-16 team, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 0-8.
Who else started that year?
Dan Orlovsky,
Oh,
Dante Culpepper. Here's the best quarter. No, actually, no. Dante Culpepper was the best quarterback in the roster, but not at this time. John Kitna, who's actually pretty good.
Kitna
but not
was
at-
okay.
Not at 36 years old.
Seahawk legend.
Drew Stanton, was he Michigan State? Drew Stanton?
Uh-huh.
And then another, Michigan Wolverine, Drew Henson.
When you start 5 guys, you lose a lot of games.
Yeah.
So that's for sure. So, guys, what are we doing next? I was going to say, you mentioned Drew Brees. I got to be fully honest. I have a question for the customers because there's 40 of you guys watching. In my 4 years here, I have never, ever, ever, ever seen anybody more disrespected than Drew Brees in this break room. We're talking about the guy that is second all time in passing yards and passing touchdowns. The Saints were beyond awful before him, and they're beyond awful since him. So for the guys that say it's all about the stats, the dink and dunk, throw the ball a million times, which, by the way, more passing yards per game and passing touchdowns per game than Brady or Manning in the same era. And Marquise Colston, Jimmy Graham, his best targets?
Robert Meacham,
I mean, come on. There was a bunch of nobodies with the Saints.
Lance Moore.
Like I said, a bunch of nobodies. And this guy in the break room, even Saints fans don't want to get in this break. We had a Saints fan earlier. I know it's a little bit pricier, but you got to get in the break for Mr. Drew Brees, the most disrespected quarterback or player in break room history.
One of my favorite football stats of all time, and no one really cares about the stat but me, is that the Saints, I think it was 1998, 2 quarterbacks on the roster named Billy Joe.
That's pretty bad.
I mean, before Drew Brees, it was rough with the quarterbacks for the Saints. I know they had Archie Manning. Who knows if Archie Manning would have been a Hall of Famer if he didn't get drafted by the Saints.
I think he's got the lowest winning percentage of any quarterback of all time.
Yeah, and that was a team that, no one stood a chance with those Saints back then. So I do like Aaron Brooks, former Packer. They had the one...
the only win that wasn't Drew Brees in Saints playoff history.
But it's,
against Kurt Warner.
He's not, Drew Brees, top 10 quarterback of all time.
Uh-huh. Colin Rudiso, his hot take.
What's that?
He's got him as number 2 all time. He's got Brady and Brees. That's Colin's list. So I know you don't have him that high, Tom, but I have him number 5 personally. I have number 1 all time, Brady, number 2 all time. I put Manning now with the knowledge Mahomes will get there. I probably put Montana 3, Mahomes 4, and Brees 5. But I would personally put Mahomes, he'll be either 2 or 1. I think if he retires tomorrow, though, I wouldn't put him ahead of Montana or Manning yet, but I think he's well on his way. So in my rankings, at least, we got the 2nd best quarterback of all time and the 5th best quarterback of all time, Drew Brees. By the way, I have Brees and Rodgers as a virtual tie, but I can't go Rodgers just because, objectively, I probably put Brees 6, Rodgers 5, but I have them so close to each other that I have to put Brees in there. Because, of my Bears fanhood. You're going to zip the lip?
I'm zipping the lip.
All right, Tom, zip the lip. What's left in the basketball, Ryan McCall? A lot of good stuff is left in the basketball, my man. 4 to go in that diamond break, by the way, so that's coming up.
Teddy Butler just got in.
Basketball has 4 to go. We have so many icons here. We have, I believe, Dom, you may look this up and see how smart I am. But I think Dirk, I believe Karl Malone is 4th and Dirk is 5th all time in points. Or they might be 5th and 6th.
I remember Karl used to be 2nd before LeBron, right?
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
I think Kobe passed him, LeBron passed him. I think Malone is 4 and Dirk is 5.
So Malone is 3rd. Is this updated?
This is not updated.
Because it says LeBron 1, Kareem 2.
So Malone maybe is 3 then. And is Dirk 5?
Let's see, all time. Let's go the basketball reference points. So yeah, NBA, if they're counting AB, Karl Malone's still number 3. So it's LeBron, Kareem, Karl Malone, Kobe, Jordan, and then Dirk.
Dirk is 6.
6, yep.
Kareem, by the way, is 2. So we have Kareem, who's the 2nd most points. Malone is the 3rd most, you said? Dirk is the 6th most. What's Shaq at? He's up there.
Shaq is
I think he
11th.
was 10th or 11th.
Mm-hmm. Right in between Moses Malone and Carmelo Anthony.
So a lot of the all-time best scorers ever available.
James Harden 13th and still going.
And still in the break room.
Probably gonna be top 10 by a couple years.
Yeah, he will be.
He'll break Shaq and Carmelo this next season if he stays healthy.
Malone, Dirk, Shaq, James Harden, Kareem. That is 5 of the top 13 scorers in the history of basketball. So, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff left in here.
It's a lot of points.
Actually, where's Allen Iverson? He's got to be up there, too.
So you need those guys for your over tonight. Score a lot of points.
Yeah, right.
Those are the type of guys you need.
So that basketball series, almost everything is left, guys. Beyond the Arc basketball mixer. I think that will be coming up soon here. 4 to go in that one. 3 to go in that diamond double. You see, people are putting respect on Brees now. I inspired them to respect Drew Brees.
There you go.
I love it. Second all time in pass yards and passing touchdowns, Drew Brees.
Need some points there in this game.
It'll go overtime. Don't worry. The Buffalo will send it to overtime, Tom.
Siakam's doing all the work for you on the Pacers side of the ball. He's got 21 points.
Ooh. That is a lot of points.
Yeah, for 7 minutes left in the second.
Pascal Siakam.
Damn.
Got that championship pedigree, man.
That's true. Brunson with
Championship
9.
pedigree. Halliburton with 0, so he'll heat up. He won't go, 0 for the whole game.
4 assists, though, so he's felicitating the field on the.
So, guys, basketball break is coming up. Diamond break is coming up. Those are both on the way here soon. Probably our next 2 breaks, if I had to guess. So go ahead and drop the links in for these guys. Diamond double. 3 spots left. Here's that link. And then I will drop the basketball single, 4 spots left. Here's that basketball single break. 4 spots left. So get them done, guys. Those 2 are definitely coming up here soon. I know customers are always looking for what's definitely going to break tonight. What's definitely going to break soon? Well, those 2 will break very soon. So if you want that instantaneous gratification, seeing these, items right away, those 2 breaks are very, very much on deck, ladies and gents. The basketball and the diamonds. So I love that KG trophy in the basketball, Dom. The Larry O'Brien replica. I like how we have basketballs, we have jerseys, we have Funkos. We have a lot of different stuff on there. But personally, if I could have a Shaq on any team, I'd want the Lakers Shaq.
Of course.
And I'd want the jersey.
Yeah.
The purple and gold. They're just iconic. Like when I think of basketball, I think of that purple and gold, Laker jersey, right? I think of Shaq. I think of Kobe. I think of Kareem. By the way, in the double box break, in case you're wondering, you get the Lakers spot. You can get a Shaq and a Kareem both. So that's kind of cool if you ask me. Getting Shaq and Kareem both in that double box break.
See what the other. See for the division. See the Lakers with the.
They're with the Warriors.
So let's see who compared to the War. Maybe that'd be probably in the Ann Moore section hiding out.
We pulled Chris Mullin last night.
That's right, Chris Mullin.
That might be.
See, let's see other.
But I mean, I'll say Kareem and Shaq is good enough for me.
That is true. That is true.
I think you take a Kareem and a Shaq double up. 2 of the best centers of all time. I actually have a little bit of a basketball hot take, when it comes to all-time great centers. Because personally, Shaq and Kareem are 2 of the top 3 centers ever for me. I put them both ahead of Bill Russell, who averaged like 15 points a game. He was winning all the championships with all the great players when there was less teams and less great players back then.
And Wilt.
So I put Wilt 1, I put Shaq 2, Kareem 3.
Okay.
The 3 best centers of all time for me.
Where's Ben Wallace, our Piston fan here?
Nowhere near the list.
Okay. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
We're talking about overall.
Hall of Fame.
Ben Wallace not on that list. Not on that list.
I missed the Jordan. Like I was 2 years away from just like
we
Jordan.
both just missed it.
And when I first started watching basketball, Shaq and Kobe were the 2 biggest stars, and Shaq was the alpha on the team. He was the finals MVP, all 3 of those finals championships. He was iconic, man. Still, Shaq is iconic. He's everywhere.
If Shaq had not gotten injured, because I think people forget, we talk about the work ethic, whatever, but there was a lot of injuries to Shaq. I've got him probably 10th all time on my best players ever list. Had he not gotten hurt, he'd be top 5 all time, Shaquille O'Neal. He is that good. Not a basketball guy, says Ryan, but I would love Shaq. There's a show, I've quoted this before on the air. There's a game show, America Says.
Yeah, John Michael Higgins.
It's a great show. So one of the questions they asked people, they polled random people what they thought the most expensive athlete autographs were, of all time. And a lot of the guesses people had were correct. they had Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, names like that. It was the 8 most popular guesses on that list, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep.
So now he does sign a lot of autographs. So the more you sign, it devalues your autograph a little bit. Obviously, a Shaq autograph is worth a ton of money still, Dom. It is not the 8th most expensive autograph among all athletes. But if people think it is, what does that mean? You can sell that on the market for more than it's actually worth. Which when you hear that, thing, it makes total sense because Shaq is one of the most recognizable sports figures of all time. I mean, he's in movies, he does music, he does commercials, he works on Inside the NBA. I mean, you cannot turn on the television without seeing Shaquille O'Neal. He's got his own shoe line. Affordable, Dom. Affordable shoes.
Yeah, he still does, yeah.
I want to
He
get the
still does?
Shaqs. I think they're a thing.
I remember the logo was him dunking hanging from the rim. Yeah.
And he's a Papa John's pizza salesman, too. He's everywhere. The General.
Yeah.
Where is Shaq not, man? Of course, a Shaq would be an awesome, awesome jersey.
Does Shaq have a grill? Like a Shaq grill? I know obviously the George Feldman grill, but does Shaq have a grill?
Oh, William says he gave up a big shoe contract to do the deal with Walmart. Okay, what's that? He's a savvy businessman.
Yeah.
Low key, Dom. Shaq is a savvy businessman. He's actually one of the more successful athletes in the business world. So I love Shaq. Shaq is hilarious to me. He's so dominant as a player, such a fun personality. I'm a big-time Shaquille O'Neal fan.
Good episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Shaq. He trips him, Larry trips him, and he's like, to make up for it, he just gives him every Seinfeld episode.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
This was like during like the prime of Shaq when he was on the Lakers like 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was a good episode.
He wanted to make sure people could afford the shoe. That's why, says Ryan. Yeah, there's a lot of videos online. Like I saw one recently, and now I wish this had happened to me because I just bought a wedding ring a few months ago, right? And doing all these wedding venue visits and
Shaq got wedding
very
rings?
pricey. Well, no, there was a video of a kid that was getting an engagement ring, and Shaq's like, "I'll pay for it," and he paid for the kid's engagement ring.
All right, Shaq.
I'm like that, and I've seen him at Home Depot. I think was paying for a bunch of stuff people bought. Like the big man's got a big heart, Shaquille O'Neal. So that's something that talk about autograph value, awesome players. I would love to have good people hanging up in my memorabilia collection. Because you look at Shaq, you're like, great player, but also great person, Dom. Shaquille O'Neal.
Basketball ready for you, my friend?
All right, let's see that Shaq. He holds the largest purchase ever in Walmart history, says Ryan McCall. There you go. Shout out to Sam Walton.
What'd he get?
Yeah, what did he get? Basketball single coming up. Number 2, go ahead and drop me a box number, guys and gals. Tanya, Kevin, Chandler, Ryan, Dennis, and Jamil Polo in the house.
Polo.
What's up, Polo Rax? Every time he goes shopping, he buys something for someone, says William. There you go.
I gotta go shopping with him then.
I know.
Yeah.
Where does he live? Because I know he works for Inside the NBA. They're Atlanta, but they're moving. I don't know what Shaq's residence is.
You're gonna go to Bristol, Connecticut, right? Is that where ESPN still is, right? Bristol, Connecticut.
So we got to go there, Dom. 19 from Ryan McCall, just ahead of Polo, who had 4. Now, I know Polo is a big fan of James Harden. One of the more heated debates in the break room history between Polo and our own Alex Tellez. They're debating who's better, D-Wade or James Harden. Get them both in the basketball series. I give a slight edge to D-Wade, but I believe that Polo was all about James Harden, which it's hard with those guys. Take your pick, right?
Give me D-Wade.
D-Wade's a beast. So 19 here in the basketball.
I do like Harden though.
They're both really good players. Just one a little bit better game manager in the moments that it matters. That's the best way for me to put it, at least.
The 06 finals really does it for me.
Yeah, I mean, that was Dirk with the Mavs. The Mavs are up 2-0, and Wade comes back, leads them to 4 straight. Actually, basketball, not black and blue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. No problem. I was like, it's a little heavy for a basketball. Dang, and I used to like polo, says William Maynard. I will say one thing I will disagree, and hopefully if I butcher that polo, do correct me. But William had a hot take, which, for the record, I completely disagree with, which is great because that's what makes our break room fun. We can disagree, okay, Alex? Don't worry, Dom has taken a helmet to the head before, so
A couple times.
a couple times.
There's 19.
I was gonna say, Williams on record saying that he would rather have the career of Robert Ory than James Harden because he wants the 7 championships. I'd rather have the MVPs, Dom,
I'll take the James Harden, like the $300 million contract.
and the money.
yeah, the money.
So
Hall of Fame. I mean, it all depends. A lot of rings. A lot of rings for Robert Ory.
So we can do a top to bottom gear profit, but I'm gonna give you a very, very quick advice, Luigi. Luigi has 2 players he's always chasing in the break room. Barry Sanders and Bo Jackson. We have 6 crates left, Anthony, in the high roller, and one of them is Bo Jackson. So you got to get yourself in the high roller to get Bo Jackson, my man. That is a no-brainer for you. This gold speed flex. Plus, we have Bo Jackson in the half and half. Also, a no-brainer for Luigi. And Emmitt Smith. He's a Cowboy fan. We got Bo Jackson and Emmitt Smith in the half and half.
The gold.
LOL, really? That just means he really hates Harden. He does. He does. As he says, he's a cancer for every team he plays on, is what William's saying. He does put up way better numbers than Ben Simmons, and he does get a lot of assists. I can see where you're coming from. Obviously, I would argue that D-Wade is the opposite of that. Why you would pick D-Wade, for me, that's better, but I don't know.
Wasn't that the trade, like James Harden for Ben Simmons? Wasn't that a trade?
Maybe.
Didn't they get traded for each other?
With the other guys.
Yeah, not 1 for 1, but like, was it the Nets and the Sixers, I believe?
I'll put it this way. I would rather have Harden on my team than not.
Well, I'd rather have Harden than Ben Simmons. At least Harden, shows up.
Can make a shot.
Yeah, at least he plays.
So Chandler's got the Lakers and Warriors spot. Maybe we Beetlejuice Shaq here. We got Dennis in the Sixers and Hawks. Tanya's got the Celtics and Knicks. Ryan's got the Suns and Pistons. Jamil's got the Jazz, Spurs, and Kings. Dennis with the Heat, Rockets, and Bulls. Kevin with the Mavs, Bucks, and Sonics. And Chandler with the Clippers, Blazers, and Hornets. And I will do that rundown after this, Mr. Gear Profit. We are open enough. I have not done one in a hot minute, so we'll do that top to bottom rundown after this basketball box. A lot of good stuff on the page, though, so a lot of good stuff. 19 coming up here in the basketball break. There we go. 1-9. What do we got here on the ball? Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. We're talking about Shaq. Well, here's another all-time great center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That is the Lakers spot. Chandler Dunning, the 6-time MVP, the most MVPs in basketball history, Kareem. It's not MJ. It's not LeBron. It's not Wilt. It's not Magic. It's not Bird. It is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Awesome hit there, Chandler. The iconic big man for Kareem.
Chandler.
Oh, my God, Chandler. You got the Kareem. Such a beautiful, beautiful ball right there for the iconic big man. The best goggles, the best hook shot. The guy was a beast, Kareem. Love that, Chandler.
It was like history in the break room.
I'm actually going to put this one up here. I'm going to use our little stand we have. A good chance to show off our basketball stand with this Kareem ball right there.
I got to work
Very
on my
nice.
hook shot.
I'm working on it, Dom.
It's gotta do it.
I can make the Kareem shot if no one's guarding me. But they put a man on me. Good luck. Thank you. Oh, one thing on the post-it notes. I don't know if you've been doing it. The numbers.
Yep, I can't see it until I
Yeah.
get there and see
I can put the number on for you. We could do a little teamwork. But perfect. So you are doing the numbers though.
Once I get out.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. That works. Just wanted to make sure you are doing those. So 247731 on the Kareem. Why does he only sign Abdul-Jabbar? Didn't Bob tell us that recently, the reason behind it? I can't remember what he said. Because he does only sign Abdul-Jabbar now, not Kareem. I don't remember the answer to that.
I don't think I was here for that when
I thought Bob told us something, so I'm not sure. Maybe you can look that up, Dom, while I do my rundown, and we can try to figure that out together.
Good question, yeah.
It's a good question, though, William. I mean, honestly, probably because he can do whatever the heck he wants, right? He's Kareem. He can do whatever he wants. All right, guys, and we'll reset the break page, top to bottom, rundown, everything going on here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. I'll get started with the practice squad. We talking about practice? No, we're talking about some awesome items in this break. 25 boxes left, 10 total headliners. Eli Manning, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Tony Gonzalez, the GOAT tight end. Edgerrin James, Hall of Fame running back. Baker Mayfield, one of the best quarterbacks in the league today. Aiden Hutchinson, the terrific young pass rusher on that Rave Authentic. We got Marshall Faulk on my favorite Rave, the Rams Rave. Rams Nation, double up Marshall Faulk and Aaron Donald. Those two items together probably combined worth north of $1,000, if not north, pretty darn close, for less than $100 in that double box break. We got the Bears Hall of Fame Authentic lid with 6 autographs, including the likes of Dan Hampton, Otis Wilson, Jim McMahon. And you can double up, by the way, with the Bear lid and the Aiden Hutchinson in the NFC North. We still have ourselves a secondary headliner in the North, Sterling Sharp. We got Garrett Wilson as well. 10 and 25 chance at a headliner in the practice squad. We're down to now 24 basketball boxes left, 14 headliners total. We have some of the all-time great scorers. Third all-time in points. The Mailman, Karl Malone. Dirk Nowitzki, 6th all-time in points on that licensed jersey. The former MVP, the finals MVP. We got ourselves the Shaq, former league MVP, 3-time finals MVP, one of the best big men ever. Paul Pierce, a finals MVP still out there. Kevin Garnett, NBA champion, former league MVP as well. Allen Iverson, former scoring champion, former league MVP. The best of the best, D. Wade, also a finals MVP. Dame Lillard, knockdown clutch shooter. James Harden, a former MVP. Tyrese Maxey, still lurking. Tyler Hero, Tony Parker, Dominique Wilkins, secondary headliners, 14 and 24 chance at a headliner in the basketball. Black and blue half and half. We did one of these earlier. We're down to 24 boxes left, 16 total headliners, 12 of which are photoed. It's a 2 and 3 chance at a headliner, 1 and 2 chance at a photoed headliner. So many speed flexes. The helmet's worth the most money. So few minor imperfections, Dom, yet so many speed flexes. You can double up with speed flexes in the NFC North, for example. Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson, those two lids combined worth about $3,000+. Get them for $248. Two of the best receivers to ever play the game. We got the Big Show Baker Mayfield on the triple ripped Buccaneer Speed Flex, the creamsicle, the toughest quarterback in the NFL today. We got this beautiful Kurt Warner Chrome Speed Flex right here. Love this blue, the silver, terrific quarterback. Such a breathtaking helmet for Kurt Warner. We got the silver Emmitt Smith Speed Flex, NFL's all-time leading rusher, the greatest Cowboy of all time, a must-have for any Cowboy fan, Emmitt Smith. You want to get the best players ever in a given team's history. Randy Moss, the greatest Viking. Emmitt Smith, the greatest Cowboy. So much good stuff in the series, guys. We still got the Jackson flex, like I mentioned. We got a Darrelle Revis, Tyreek Hill, AFC East double up option. There's a Derrick Henry in here. King Henry, one of the best running backs to ever play the game. Hall of Fame running back Edgerrin James. How about the quarterback NFC West double up? That is Kurt Warner and Russell Wilson in the NFC West. So many headliners, guys. You tack on the Warren Sapp, the Marcus Allen, the London and Pitts, and the Eric Dickerson, which again, NFC West, hello, if it's a Ram helmet, 16 headliners and 24 boxes in that half and half. High roller. This is the last day of the high roller. It's a triple box break. One guaranteed speed flex inside each crate, plus 2 other authentics. We got 6 crates left, 18 total boxes, 6 speed flexes in 6 crates. Terry Bradshaw on that 2-tone Steelers speed flex. One of the best quarterbacks ever. Worth a lot of money because he's one of the best Steelers ever. A lot of Steeler fans will trade you a lot for a Terry Bradshaw speed flex. One of the best Panthers ever, Steve Smith Sr., 8th all-time in receiving yards. Pretty rare auto in the room. A must-have, Steve Smith. Bo Jackson, that beautiful gold speed flex, the dark gold for the Raider icon. Mike Evans on that chrome speed flex. Such a clean lid, Mike Evans. We have ourselves the Chad Johnson with his face on it. This Ocho Cinco lid is wow, wow, wow. Such an awesome customized speed flex. The Kurt Warner is breathtaking. The greatest show on turf on that lid. One of the best quarterbacks ever. Here's that Bo Jackson. Wow, that looks nice. The 3-tone Mike Evans, super clean. So guys, so much good stuff in here in the high roller. LaDainian Tomlinson and CeeDee Lamb, not even photoed headliners in that series, Dom. Just icons of the game. Diamond helmets. This break right now will definitely happen. 3 spots to go in the Diamond Double. It is 8-11. We'll go till at least 9:30 no matter what. If the breaks are busy, could be 10, could be 11, could be later. We'll see what happens tonight. But with 3 spots left in the next hour and 19 minutes, there's about a 0.00001% chance the Diamond does not happen in the next hour or so. What headliners are left? How about all of them? Every single headliner is left in this series. The best lefty quarterback, Steve Young. The best running back in the NFL, Saquon Barkley on the custom speed flex. We have that sick chrome, Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league on that chrome speed flex. Peyton Manning, the best regular season quarterback of all time, the 5-time league MVP, the most ever. And Peyton Manning, by the way, also a guy who will only be more popular. He's on the Manning cast. He's on commercials. Peyton Manning is literally everywhere. You turn on the TV, you see Peyton Manning. What you don't see is helmets like this one. This one's unique. It is beautiful. I love that sheriff sticker on the back. Peyton Manning, a must-have in any PC, Mr. Peyton Manning. Myles Garrett, actually, believe it or not, Dom, kind of a rare autograph in our break room.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, speed flex, arguably the best defensive player of, currently in the league. The highest paid defensive player of all time, actually.
$40 million.
Got that money, man. Got that money. Myles Garrett.
He said he wanted to play for a championship team.
And then the money came knocking.
Maybe he's a Dylan Gabriel guy.
No.
Maybe that's it.
I think when you get $40 million shoved in your face, you say, I'll take some L's.
I don't know. Let's try it. You got $40 million to shove in my face?
I don't have $40 million
Damn
to shove in your face, Tom.
Damn, I'll ask
I'm
Myles Garrett.
sorry.
We'll see if it's any of Myles Garrett in that helmet, if he left any money in the helmet.
Ask Chinmay tomorrow. Chinmay might have some.
I'll ask.
Might as well ask, right?
I'll ask anyone.
Ask Joe. He might have some money.
Joe's got $40 million.
Joe's got $40 million.
Yeah.
We have Drew Brees on that beautiful speed flex for the Saints. Second all-time in pass yards, passing touchdowns. I always say, you want to have the best player in a franchise's history because you talk to a Saint fan, you want to trade with the Saint fan, the first thing they'll ask is, do you have Drew Brees? You get this lid for $192 in here? Yes, I have Drew Brees. We have the LaDainian Tomlinson, in my opinion, the best Charger of all time. Gates, Rivers, Fouts, Winslow, Tomlinson takes the cake. The GOAT Charger on that beautiful lid. Baker Mayfield on that sick flash. I see this Buccaneer flash a lot in the break room. I gotta be honest, I never get sick of it.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
It's one of the best flashes.
The burnt orange, top 5 flash in the game for Baker Mayfield, who has been statistically a top 5 quarterback in the league.
I believe the last 2 seasons, most passing touchdowns in the NFL combined.
Makes sense.
I
He
can
was
look. I could double check
top
that.
3 in pass yards and pass touchdowns
Yeah.
last year. The big show. Ray Lewis, most career tackles ever. Steve Young, most touchdown passes in a Super Bowl game with 6 of them. So legends left and right. Quarterbacks galore in this series. Edgerrin James Flash, by the way, Hall of Fame running back. We have 1 box left in the old series in the pairing. Get yourself 2 Edgerrin Jameses, right?
Yep. Since 2023, Baker Mayfield has the most passing touchdowns.
Is that Jared Goff second?
That is Jared Goff second. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Baker Mayfield has put up some numbers, guys. The stats don't lie. I like the idea of a guaranteed headliner, Tom. We got 2 boxes left in the vault, 1 double box break. They're both headliners. George Kittle on that Lunar Authentic. Maybe if you factor in blocking and receiving, the most complete tight end in football. Travis Kelce, obviously a better pass catcher. Brock Bowers last year was great. But you factor in the whole, the leadership. You factor in the intangibles. You factor in, the blocking. The guy could block for anybody. George Kittle, maybe the most complete tight end in football. One of the most well-known names. Obviously, Niner fans would love a George Kittle. There is tons of Niner fans. That's an awesome lid. That's in 1 vault box. The other box is a name that is now a secondary headliner, but he keeps playing the way he's playing. He might be a photo headliner in the vault in no time. Jameson Williams. You can't teach speed, Dom.
No.
And this guy's got the speed. J-Mo here in the last 2 vault boxes. Come and get that. Went over the half and half again, 16 and 24 chance at a headliner. It's actually easier to say what speed flexes are gone as opposed to saying, what's left. We only pulled Larry Fitz and LaDainian Tomlinson in the half and half. All the other photo headliners, all available, guys. Went over the practice squad, which is still loaded. Basketball break went over earlier. A lot of good names in there. Come and get that one. I think the basketball is now a 14 and 24 chance at a headliner. All the headliners left in the jerseys, except for the Baker Mayfield and the Nico Collins, Alvin Kamara, the Triple Crown guy, Jamar Chase. $28 for a Joe Montana. That to me is robbery right there.
Sign me up.
Jameson Williams is a headliner in the Jersey series, though. Photo headliner. Of course, the Vault is a higher end series. Williams is a secondary headliner there, but a photo headliner in the jerseys. Tony Dorsett, one of the best running backs ever. Warren Moon, the 9-time Pro Bowler on that Chief jersey. A Chief mooning tonight. Adrian Peterson. It was him, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Marshall Faulk. The 3 best running backs of my childhood, all in the break room right now. LT in the diamonds, Faulk in the practice squad, and Peterson in the jerseys. And then Emmitt Smith still available, I believe, as well. NFL's all-time leading rusher on that open field jersey. Then lastly, the mini helmets. A lot of good names left. 9 minis left, 6 headliners left. That includes Roger Staubach, Warren Moon, Luke Kuechly, and 3 secondary headliners, Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, and Sam Laporta. So that's your rundown, guys. You know exactly what we got left. Get your spots. Let's party in the break room. 6 to go now in that double in the half and half.
Yes.
3 to go in that diamond double. So there's at least 2 breaks I know will definitely happen here soon. Jersey break 4 to go. That'll definitely happen. Then diamond break 3 to go. That'll definitely happen. All the headliners, that's in the diamonds for the new series. Then all the headliners but Mayfield and Nico Collins in the jerseys. Did you find out that Kareem question, Dom?
I did not find. All I found was that when he was playing, he never liked to sign autographs. But it was asked. I found like a forum, like a group forum, where they asked like, why does he only sign Abdul-Jabbar? And people were just like, I don't know.
Interesting.
I like the comment. I don't know.
I thought Bob had an answer for it, but maybe it wasn't an answer. And Bob is probably happy with the Knicks right now, up 3 at the half on the Pacers. But I told you that Indiana team in the second half, they're something else.
Yeah.
So I definitely would not call that game done by any stretch of the imagination. Does feel like a buzzard beater type of game in this one tonight.
Brunson 17.
Yeah, you're right about the Brunson bet. My over bet doesn't look great, but it's not impossible. If it goes to overtime, it will definitely hit down.
Yeah, I mean the Pacers they'll score
pick up
in
the
bunches.
pace.
Yeah.
They'll pick up the pace, pun intended. You like that?
was
They'll
good.
pick up the pace. Couple orders coming in.
Yep. Should have gone to Jersey.
Mr. Luigi jumping in, got himself a couple spots in the Jersey break. Luigi getting in also in the half and half for that Bo Jackson. And then Angie Nielsen jumping in. Ange getting in the jerseys as well. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys jumping in. We're having an awesome time here during our Friday night show here. Usually about the time it starts to pick up. So we'll see if those folks pick it up, Dom. Otherwise, if they don't, we'll be here for another hour and 10 minutes. Then we'll see where we're at 9:30. No UA After Dark show tonight, though. So if you're thinking about the UA After Dark show, saving up money for it, that show's going to be on break for probably about 2 weeks. Hoping to bring it back in about 2 weeks. But definitely no show this week and next week for UA After Dark. So if you're thinking about the Nightlight series or something like that, just know that will not be available tonight. So get in the breaks that we have active right now. There is nothing else dropping tonight unless we close out a series, Dom, obviously.
That's right.
And that High Roller will not be here tomorrow. It is the last day of it, last day of the High Roller. So if you want something in this awesome series, I recommend getting your spots now. If we're like 4 to go or less, Dom, we'll probably leave it up and say one more break. But if we're like 8 to go or 6 or 7, we'll probably refund those first couple orders. So if you buy in here and we're not at least 4 to go, we'll give you a refund if it doesn't break tonight.
Seems like
Let's
a
do
no-brainer.
that. Yeah, so if you're worried about the break not happening, you'll get a refund if it doesn't happen tonight. And if it's 4 to go, we know it's going to happen, Dom.
Yeah.
So basically, you buy in the High Roller, it does not go tonight. We'll shoot you a refund right back you can spend right away in the break room when it comes to High Roller.
One to go on the jerseys.
So jerseys on deck here. I'm looking forward to the jersey break.
Yeah. Could see Joe Montana, $28.
$28 for Joe Montana.
Where was we did the top 10 Saints. I'm surprised Alvin Kamara wasn't on that list.
What year was that article made, though? I was shocked Jimmy Graham wasn't on that list. Personally, Tom.
Top
You
10.
must have been looking at an old list.
22. Morton Anderson's on the list.
Alvin
Yeah.
Kamara's probably a top 10 Saint.
I mean, now he's got to be,
Right.
right? Yeah, Jersey did close out. Thank you, Tobe.
That is coming up.
I'm just still upset that we missed Willie Rofe.
Yeah, that was bad on our
Matt's
part.
going to have a talk with us about that one. He's like, oh, come on.
Free
guys."
Willie. You should know. Educate yourself. Jersey single, go ahead and drop me.
I actually haven't seen
$8
Willie
somewhere.
in the break room.
Hasn't been in the room as much
now that I
recently.
think about it, I haven't seen Willie Rofe.
Polo with 4. Thank you, Polo. 4 in the jerseys. That works, my man. Quattro coming up. Put the Kareem basketball right here. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you, my man. Luigi had 15, but a little bit late. The Gear Prophet. Anthony Luigi, always a pleasure having him in the break room. Probably looking for the Emmitt Smith.
I see yours, so yours right, and that always goes. But on the, just to let these guys know, I don't know if one of it says it, but in the corner, it says But yours, I see yours. You have Polo. Full,
Yeah, I
so.
do have Polo first on my end,
Yeah.
so
You get what I'm saying?
that's what we go off. Yep,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yep. So just if anyone.
I'm old, says Gear Prophet. Hey, man, I always say, sometimes personally, Dom, I envy a lot of the older people in the break room that would have seen like a Tony Dorsett play, for example,
Yep.
in this series. Would have seen Terry Bradshaw as a player, right? Sometimes I envy these guys that have seen all these legends because if I could have one superpower, I would take a time machine, Dom, and watch all the legends of the past in the sports world.
Okay.
That's what I would use.
You
my
wouldn't do
power.
Back to the Future too, like with the Sports Almanac, like go back in time and
Change things.
well, not change things, but put a
Money?
Yeah,
Wagers?
know.
No, because I feel like that's indecent.
Sure.
I would just watch as a sports fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll come back to. I'll be Biff from Back to the Future too.
I'll just like pretend that I'm right. Have you seen the movie 50 First Dates
Oh yeah. Okay.
with Sean Astin?
Yeah.
Where
Rudy.
it's like
Rudy.
Rudy, and
Yeah.
they're rewatching the Vikings game because Drew Barrymore got that
Yeah.
disease where she forgets everything the next day. And he's like, I bet you it's a fake to so and so touchdown to Klein saucer from Culpepper.
Yeah.
And that'll be me. I'll be like the guy that calls the play, and everyone else is like, "Whoa!"
It's a rerun when the Vikings were winning.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
Yes. Exactly right.
I had to.
Shout out to Klein Saucer, the terrific fullback for the Vikes. Good luck, guys. 6 times on the way. I do that at home a lot, and I actually am sometimes right.
What's up?
I predict what the play is going to be. My fiance gets very impressed.
You
when
do
I'm
the
right.
Tony Romo? You
Yeah.
predict the play?
He's a little better at it than me, but I try to predict things.
Tony's a little better now than his playing days, and I was a Tony Romo fan. Every time he predicts a play, I'm like, well, why couldn't you do that? And
He's very smart.
Yeah,
Romo gets football.
I'm a Romo fan.
So 6,
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know, Jim. 6 clicks. Matthew House has the NFC North. Jamil Cousset in the NFC South. Anthony Luisi in the NFC East. Omar Ramirez Nieves right where he wants to be. The Niner fan in the Joe Montana spot. How about that?
There you go.
Angie Nielsen, AFC North. Jamil Cousset, AFC South. Toe Bressitar, AFC East. And Anthony Luisi in the AFC West. Good luck, guys, in the open field jerseys. Our second jersey break of this show. 4th jersey break in this series overall. So you got the Souths, baby, the hot divisions, Jamil. Maybe get that Baker Mayfield. Actually, Alvin Kamara, maybe. The Bake Show did come out already. Got some goodies in the South. Ooh, we got a good hit here for our resident Niner fan. We got Domador Lenore coming out for Omar Ramirez Nieves on the Niner jersey. Always extra special in the break room, Dom, when you can get your favorite team
Yes, sir.
with the spot. Very, very nice right there. Omar Ramirez Nieves.
Very nice.
That is our guy, Omar, with the nice hit.
You said it. Gotta love one of your favorite team.
So, a terrific cornerback for the Niners. Had 2 picks last year, 3 the year before. So, very, very talented player for the Niners. Starter for them each of the last 3 years. Nice hit here for Omar.
They'll be back.
I think so, too. I think a lot of injuries, but a lot of people have completely written off the Niners. I say not so fast. Brock Purdy's got the contract extension. They got the quarterback in place. Fred Warner has the contract extension. The leader of the defense. George Kittle, contract extension. Leader of, everything. George Kittle's an awesome leader, period. It is a tough division, but I think the Niners will be back in the playoffs this year. No doubt for me.
They have one of the easiest schedules in the NFL this season, which always helps. Robert Saleh back being the DC. He had a lot of success when he
Very
was there.
good there,
So the
yeah.
defense, very good. So I think the Niners, they always have the Super Bowl when they go to Super Bowl, and then the next year is like they're injured and they miss the playoffs the next season, and then they're back in the Super Bowl, and then the next season they're injured, miss playoffs, and then they're back in the Super Bowl. So this is their back in the Super Bowl year in 25.
I think there's two really good teams in the West. I think the Rams and the Niners are two legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
Sleep on the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals,
Watch out
they're
for the
looking
Cardinals.
better. So nice hit, Omar. Indeed, on your jersey there. Lenore jersey. Nice, Omar, says Polo. Always nice when you can get your PC team here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Omar Ramirez Nieves. Is it? I'm sorry? Oh, on the ground here? Oh, you're good. No problem. Just making sure. That works for me. Omar. Alrighty, we'll put that one back in the box. And what are we doing next, guys? 31 of you guys watching, 8:29 Central Time. We'll go for at least another hour, and after that, it's up to you guys. You keep the orders moving. We're more than happy to keep the night going. But when it hits to be about 9:30, 10 o'clock, we'll only be sticking around if you guys are actively ordering on that break page. Again, programming note, there is no UA After Dark show tonight. So if you are saving money for that show, don't. Get it now, because that show will not be live this week. No UA After Dark show. So get those spots tonight. Also, last chance at the high roller. This is going off the site tonight. It is our Chase wheel spin. So if we don't get a high roller break done by 9 o'clock, you guys will not have a Chase wheel spin in tonight's show. We are going to do another basketball break, I think, though. That's been hot tonight. Maybe another jersey break. Very possible. We are a little open right now, though. So a lot of the break page does have 7s, 8s, 6s. So we're a little open right now. The one break that is definitely happening, though, is this diamond double. 3 spots to go. All the headliners left. Get your spots, guys, with all these headliners left in the Challenge Flag Diamond Helmet Series. I would not sleep. I would definitely not sleep and get those diamond spots here in the room tonight. 2 authentic helmets coming out. It is all authentics in the diamonds. You know you're getting an authentic helmet in that series for sure. So what do you guys think? I'll put this in the chat. What do you guys think? What do you want to break tonight? Tons of good options. Headliner ratios are better than 50% in the basketball, better than 50% in the black and blue, better than 50% in the minis. So high roller, everyone is a headliner in each crate. So the ratios are there. The names are there. Just a matter of you guys making those moves. So you put that out there in the chat, guys, what you want to do. And your fellow competitors and customers, I guarantee you, will follow. I think, Dom, I was telling them, though, we are definitely seeing a diamond double tonight.
Yes.
With the 3 spots left. That is the one break that I can personally guarantee will go down this show.
You know what, Comet? I know what everyone's thinking with the pairing. They're like, I'm going to get in after the pairing. 2 to go. But here's the thing. We've been doing this. You've been doing it longer than me, but I've been doing it long enough to, with these pairings, whatever helmet you're chasing, if it's that Peyton Manning, the Justin Jefferson, the Myles Garrett, the Drew Brees, if there's a specific helmet you're chasing, there's no guarantee that that helmet's going to be there when the pairing's out of the room. It might be the first helmet. We had that 1 in 4 last week. The first box, Patrick Mahomes Speedflex.
Very first box.
The very first box. So it might be the very first box in this new diamond pairing that helmet you're chasing in the new series.
And I will say in the old diamond, there's 2 boxes left. One of them is Edgerrin James.
Yeah.
So there is a 50% chance that the next box is a headliner. So there's some good stuff in here. You do a good job of saying this. The diamonds, you know, what makes the diamonds special? It's all authentics. They're worth the most money, the best bang for your buck, all of the above. But the names in here are really, really good. Mm-hmm. You might get a name that you don't recognize in the jerseys. You might get a name you don't recognize in the minis. You're not going to get a name you don't recognize in the diamonds. Every single helmet in here the Anmore section in the Diamonds, for example, is often the photo headliners in the jerseys.
Yeah.
Like Tony Dorsett,
Yeah.
Warren Moon, Jamison Williams, Alvin Kamara. All those guys are often in the Anmore section, and they're photo headliners in the jerseys.
Even Hall of Famers, like all-time guys. Mean Joe Green, I pulled him in the Anmore section. Howie Long, you pulled him in the Anmore section.
Largent.
Steve Largent retired with all the records when he did.
Uh-huh.
I always, not to, make fun of any quarterbacks out there, but I always say there's no Jimmy Clausens in the Diamonds.
Or Christian Ponders.
Or Christian Ponders. Sorry. Sorry, Chandler.
Or
FSU
Shane
guy.
Matthews.
No Shane Matthews. Florida guy, though.
Jonathan Quinn.
No Jonathan Quinn.
Okay. No Craig Krenzel. Rex Grossman.
Did not make the cut.
Jonathan Quinn.
No dice.
None of those Bears quarterbacks.
Just the type of guys like, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning.
We could have a Jim McMahon in the Anmore section, though.
Yeah.
That one's possible.
Very possible.
So those Diamonds guys are fire. 3 spots to go. All authentics. All big names. Either modern stars, all-time legends, cult heroes, the best of the best. I mean, we have, right now, statistically, Breeze is second all-time in yards and passing touchdowns. Peyton Manning is third all-time. I put myself, as a big Steve Young fan, I did say 3 of the top 7 quarterbacks ever are in this series. Steve Young, Peyton Manning, and Drew Brees. If he can stay healthy, Saquon will definitely be a top 10 running back of all time.
I love that lid.
That's beautiful. That Super Bowl helmet. LaDainian Tomlinson, a top 10 running back of all time. These helmets are worth a lot of money. Some of the best players ever. All authentics guys. The Challenge Flag Diamonds. Want to see that break tonight. 3 spots left in that one. So who's going to be the hero and get that break? I mean, like, the best Raven of all time is Ray Lewis, right? That's an awesome helmet. The Raven alternate. The best, Charger of all time, Tomlinson. So Jay Jetta's one of the best Vikings we've seen. Myles Garrett, probably the second best Brown behind Jim Brown with all that he's done. Drew Brees, the best Saint of all time. The best of the best in each of these teams' histories, Dom, in that awesome challenge flag. So, Pacers are looking good, Dom. Up 5 here with about 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. If they go up 2-0, the series is over.
Yeah, going back to Indianapolis, too.
I mean, I'm not saying they'll get a sweep, but they will not lose the series if they're up 2-0. So that's going on right now. Hockey, I always say if you want hockey advice, fade Ricky Widmer, as you were giving him a hard time.
I did. Told me Vegas, man. Vegas.
My hockey pick for the Stanley Cup is still alive and well. The Dallas Stars, Dom. They're losing tonight, but they'll come back.
We still have that ticket. I still have one ticket with Dallas.
Okay.
The Stars, the Thunder, the Dodgers, and the Bills.
Yeah,
So,
that's possible.
it's possible.
It's possible. NBA going down tonight. Is the Pat Mahomes in the challenge a speed flex? So there is no Pat Mahomes in the challenge flag. There's a Pat Mahomes in the previous series, but that one is gone.
Yeah, I think he's looking at the old picture.
You're probably looking at the old picture, Chris. Just to clarify, there's 1 box in the new series and 1 box in the old series. So there's 2 boxes left in the old series. One of them is Edgerrin James. The End Zone Diamonds, believe it or not, the Mahomes went in one of the first 2 boxes, which is, again, learning experience, guys. Don't wait for the pairings to get done. Get in because the biggest names could go first. Chris, I'm a diehard Chief fan. If the Mahomes was out there, I'd be selling it hard tonight. Don't worry. If there is a Chief you want, though, Chris is a Chief guy. We have quite possibly, besides Mahomes, the greatest Chief of all time, Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Mahomes, Kelsey, Gonzalez, and Len Dawson. That's the Mount Rushmore
Derek
of the
Thomas.
Chiefs. Derek Thomas got to be up there too. But statistically, Tony Gonzalez, what is it, $49 in the practice squad? You get that as a Chief fan, you go home happy. $48 actually the single, Dom.
Dang.
96 for the double, 48 for the single in that practice squad break. So definitely get that. Tony G had one of the most iconic touchdown celebrations, the dunk on the goalpost. Why, Dom? Because he was a college basketball player.
That's right.
So it makes sense why he was dunking Tony Gonzalez. So beautiful, beautiful lid there for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's one for Christopher James. For me, a no-brainer, right, Chris?
It's a very colorful graphic.
Yeah.
The Rave helmets, you got the Flash helmets on there as well.
We did pull the Marcus Allen, but the Tony G is still left. We do have a Warren Moon in the jerseys as well. Another awesome Chief item in the room. But who knows what Chiefs are hiding out. Guys like Xavier Worthy, Rashi Rice, they could be in that and more section of the Diamonds, Dom.
Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles could be in that section. In fact, he might be because I saw a ton of Jamal Charles helmets in the back there, Dom.
I like when he has the yards per carry goat.
5.4.
5.4.
Yards per carry goat, Jamal Charles. So Chris loaded with Chiefs. Come and get your spots, my man. Christopher James here in the house. So keep those orders a knocking, guys, and we will keep the breaks cooking. 8:40. If that high roller is not full by 9 o'clock, we do not have a chase wheel spin tonight, Dom. So no chase wheel spin tonight if that's not done by 9 o'clock.
99 yesterday in the chase wheel spin for you?
I'm hot.
Yeah.
I'm JJ Watt.
I've been on fire too my last couple spins. It was I think 90s are up my last 4 spins.
See, so you want to get that wheel spin, guys. Get that wheel spin, get in that high roller. Let's see some magic here in the break room tonight. Still got 28 of you guys watching. Plenty of eyeballs. Plenty of reasons to play these breaks. So Pacers are looking good, Dom. Up 5, just pulled it up in the background here. They are looking mighty good here against the Knickerbockers. There's my boy OG. Have I told you about OG Anunoby?
No, it's
My OG story? So when I was working in Missouri as the weekend sports anchor, so OG Anunoby, Jefferson City, that's where he played high school ball. And I worked in Columbia, Missouri / Jeff City. Our station actually located closer to Jeff City than Columbia, actually. So we had the on-demand package where we could record stuff and, you know, a lot of local sports throughout the week, but Sunday nights, no local sports going on. So anytime the Raptors played, I would record the game and show every single OG basket on the air. Now, at the time, OG was getting like 6 points a game. Now he's getting about 16, 18, even more. And this was like young OG with the Raptors at the time.
you go Indiana, right? College?
Indiana, yeah.
yep, okay.
So the running joke was we showed the most OG highlights of any outlet out there in the media. So
Good player now.
every time OG scored, he made our airwaves.
Yeah.
So I know all about OG Anunoby.
No, good player. The Knicks traded a lot to get him.
He's good. So I do cheer for OG just as a fan of his.
Him and Towns, the rare guys on Knicks who did not go to Villanova. Is that OG right there? Just hit a 3?
3 right on court.
There you go.
We beat Juice in the break room. We beat Juice, guys. So you want to get a Beetlejuice?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, right? And speaking of guys I like, my first love when it comes to quarterbacks was Peyton Manning, right? Everyone's got a first love, whether we're talking about, you know, significant others or football players. You know, I grew up as a Bears fan. And Dom, you know very well, the Bears had such a lack of quarterbacks as a kid. So I had to outsource my quarterback play. I got to watch some football where the quarterback can complete a pass, you know?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So I grew up watching Peyton Manning on the Colts. He was my favorite quarterback as a kid. The guy could do no wrong. Incredible passer, incredible leader, just a understanding of the game of football. Like, remember the video game Madden where he had the QB vision and you saw the whole field with him?
Ruined the game.
It did ruin the game. Personally, it did ruin the game because that's when I stopped playing it. But Peyton Manning, like, ruined the game for opposing defenses because even if you drew up the right coverage, It was like, Omaha, Omaha. And he changed it up on you. And, you know, and I think the greatest individual season in the history of the NFL was his 55 passing touchdown season.
Right.
That's an NFL record, still stands today with Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas. I mean, Eric Decker. He made those guys look like
The first game that
Randy
season,
Moss, Jerry Rice.
we have like 7 touchdowns in the
Seven
first
touchdowns
against the defending champion Baltimore Ravens
Uh-huh.
on Thursday Night Football. That was the Julius Thomas. Like, who's Julius Thomas and why is he getting all these touchdowns? And you're like, oh, it's Peyton Manning's his quarterback.
He
That's-
just throws to
Yeah.
anybody, Peyton Manning.
like Julius Thomas is like that was just out of nowhere. It's like, oh gosh,
Yeah. And what did he do after Manning? Not much.
not much, no.
Eric Decker went to the Jets, didn't do much.
The Jets, man, you know.
So it is hard to play for the Jets, I will say. They also have quarterback woes in New York the last like 20 years or so. Probably this year as well. Let's be honest.
The quarterback last year was pretty good. They should have kept the quarterback.
The
last year.
quarterback last year was decent.
Should have kept him.
There were bigger problems than the quarterback.
Yeah.
The kicker was a bigger problem for one. They couldn't make a field goal in the close games. You got to be able to kick the ball.
You know what? If you're a football fan, you're feeling down. You know, life gets tough sometimes. And true. Just busting like I know this is a Bronco helmet, but just go on YouTube and type in like Peyton Manning 2004 highlights, and it's
Oh, for the Colts?
it'll cheer you up.
It was awesome.
It'll cheer you up.
It was awesome. So this is a part of football history. I mean, why does our break room exist? Why are you and I here? Why are people watching us here?
Yeah.
You want to get football memorabilia because these things stay in your man cave and your she shed for the rest of your life. You get something like a Peyton Manning. You look up, you look at that beautiful orange, that blue hydro. You get that in your man cave. You think to yourself every single day, man, how about all those memories watching Peyton Manning dominate? Iconic football player, Peyton Manning. You can keep that helmet for the rest of your life. Typical Cowboy fan says, I'm looking to get a Dallas Cowboy helmet.
All right.
Is that right? Well, I got something for you, typical Cowboy fan. I not only have a Dallas Cowboy helmet for you, I have the single greatest Dallas Cowboy of all time, the only Dallas Cowboy MVP ever, Emmitt Smith. This is the black and blue half and half. The helmets with these slight imperfections. Could be a teeny tiny scratch on the helmet. But for a Cowboy fan, they're not going to sell this thing. And in your man cave, look at the video right now, Dom. What's wrong with that Emmitt Smith helmet? Seriously. It looks perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. So if you want a helmet, typical Cowboy fan, you're getting the black and blue half and half, and you get the greatest Cowboy of all time. The only MVP ever for the Dallas Cowboys. Let that sink in. Only MVP ever for Dallas.
Let's do a diamond double.
Diamond double coming up, guys. Maybe that Peyton Manning could be Beetlejuiced here.
And I'll help Alex with this because this is from 2 different series.
Yeah.
I'll show him
So
how
good
we do
training point here for Alex. Diamond double. Drop me 1 box from the old and 1 from the new. Yes, a pairing. So it'll be 1 box. Yep, he's already got it.
already,
He's a
see?
pro. Alex has it. Yeah, I'll make sure to be very obvious which is the old, which is the new.
I'll help you out. Don't worry.
So in the old, we have 18 and 24. And you know what? Are people not buying in because no one put the new diamonds on the ticker? That's my bad for not looking either. But the new diamonds are 1 through 30. Just to clarify, we have not done a diamond break yet. Alex's are quick learners, says Alex Tellez. That's true. Alex Tellez was so excited to join our team. He's like, another Alex. Yes. Now, my fiance also excited you joined. So her name is Alexandra. She goes by Allie and Alex. Okay. I call her Allie more often, but she also goes by Alex. And I told her we're hiring another Alex. She's like, good, good. So you have a lot of love from the staff and my lady as well. He says what's up, Alex T. We got the wheel actually from Ronnie and Sulaco. So Ronnie, do you want the wheel for the old or the new? Because you got to call wheel times 2 if you want for both. And then Teddy BS22 which I'm guessing 22 is the new. So, Ronnie, do you want the wheel for the old or the new, my man? Because you got to put wheel times 2 if you want it for both. He says both. Well, you can't have it for both because you got to say wheel times 2 if you want it for both. So you're going to have the wheel for one of them, Ronnie. And that is in our rule page, just to clarify. If you are calling for the wheel, got to have wheel times 2. If you just say wheel once, it's for one of them. So just to clarify that, Ronnie and Salako. So which one would you rather have it for? The new or the old, Ronnie? We can have the wheel for one of those two. So what would you like, sir? He says for the second one. Okay, so the old one, we need a box for the old one. So we'll do the wheel for the new one, and then we need a box for the old one, which is either 24 or 18. I see 24 from Chandler was the first valid number. So 24 in the old, then we'll do the wheel for the new. Perfect.
There's Enzo, the old.
Thank you, Dom.
No problem. Alex will bring challenge flag.
Perfect.
18 in the last box.
Perfect. And it actually says it right here. I don't know who messed with this because it does look a little different. So I'll go in and clean it up. But it says wheel typed out on a double box break that counts as one box. And we still need a second number or wheel from our customers for the second box. You're good. No problem, Ronnie, at all. Just say wheel times 2 next time and you're good, brother. You know very well I'm a guy goes by the rules. So I want to follow the rules here, Dom. So let me spin that wheel here. We got for the new, looks like 16. 16 for the new. 1-6. The Montana box. All right, guys, it is 8:51, by the way. We have so many awesome breaks. I do want to keep the night going, Dom. Like I said, we'll be on to at least 9:30, no matter what. No matter what. With that said, we're pretty open right now. So if you want to keep the night going, get your break spots. I do not want this to be the last break in our break room. So typical Cowboy fan, let me drop our live break page link in for you, my man. This is where you purchase all your spots. We do not offer personals for the diamonds, the half and half, the mystery box tab. By the way, you can purchase minis, jerseys, and full-size replica helmets. But if you want the authentic lids, those are not, available as personals. You can buy all 8 spots, though, and get yourself a box guaranteed that way.
Yes, sir.
For example, in that half and half, he buys all 8 spots, gets a guaranteed box.
It's like a personal.
Yep, same concept as a personal. We'll get these guys randomized here. Let's have some fun. Eric looking for the minis. 6 clicks. Teddy Butler's got the NFC North. Nicholas Beal has the NFC South. Josh Rouser in the NFC East. We got John Takamura, NFC West. Chandler Dunning, AFC North and South. Chandler, AFC East. And Ronnie in the AFC West. All right, I got 24 from the end zone. This is one of the final 2 boxes in the old series. 50% chance at the Edgerrin James here.
The edge.
The
You can
edge.
see, double edge here.
Yeah, 2 Edgerrin James.
Yeah, the flash and smooth service.
It's kind of funny. Kind of funny. Chandler Dunning, one of the biggest FSU fans.
Would that be over the edge?
It would be over the edge.
See,
I like
back,
that.
I'm back, baby.
Riders are back.
Yeah.
They're back. So FSU fan,
Ooh.
getting a U player.
Hey.
Edgerrin James on the Salute to Service Authentic. Led the NFL in rushing yards twice. He is top 15 all-time in rushing yards. One of the best running backs ever. Salute to Service Authentic. Beckett QR code on the back. Chandler Dunning, congrats on the Edgerrin James Authentic.
Chandler.
Chandler. Oh my God, Chandler. Back from Ireland and back in the winner's circle here. Respect the South. Edgerrin James, Dom.
There you go.
Very nice lid.
Visor looking clean.
The black visor adds a nice touch. We got AFC South running backs
Is it
here
Colts
today.
night?
Yeah, Edgerrin James and Jonathan Taylor.
Maybe this is a sign that we pull the, I know it's a Bronco helmet, but the most famous Colt of my time, Peyton Manning.
Dan Kane, says Chandler, right? I know it bleeds. The FSU Miami rivalry is very, very heated. A lot of points in the third quarter, Dom. My
There you go.
over is back in play.
There you go. You know those Pacers, they can score.
All right, the second box. The first one in the new series, the challenge flag. Very first box in the new set. Are we going to start with the headliner, perhaps? All the headliners left in here. All the speed flexes left. So many big names.
What we got?
I got to say, Dom. I got 3 words for you. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
No.
Beetlejuice.
No.
Courtesy of who? Courtesy of you.
Me.
Edgerrin James.
Ah.
The Edgerrin James double up.
Over the edge.
Over the edge, baby. The Edgerrin James in the old series and the Edgerrin James in the new series.
Shipping guys think I'm messing with them.
They're thinking it's a mistake.
Yeah,
it's not a
I'm-
mistake.
I'm screwed, man.
The same order number. I'm going to tag them, Dom. Same order number. Edgerrin James. Same break. The double up right there. Edgerrin James. Let's do another one, Ronnie. Let's do another one indeed. So loaded dice left, Adam. Terry Bradshaw. Steve Smith. Bo Jackson. Mike Evans. Chad Johnson. Kurt Warner. 6 headliners in 6 crates. Very cool. One of the best running backs ever. That guy, I know there's tier 1 headliners, guys. I'm not saying he's a tier 1, but he is rightfully so a headliner. Marshall Faulk, 12th all-time in rushing yards. Edgerrin James is 13th all-time in rushing yards. Dom. There's only 12 guys in the history of football with more rushing yards than Edgerrin James. Imagine being 13th best in the world at what you do. Ronnie and Sulaco, I'm sure, would be honored to be the 13th best apartment seller in the world. That's what he does. He sells awesome apartments.
He's number 1 in my book.
13th best at what you do in the history of the
That's
world.
pretty damn good.
That's pretty darn good.
Pretty damn good.
Edgerrin James.
Depends what you're doing.
You can't be upset with the edge. That's right. You cannot be. Even as a Canes fan. Even as a Canes fan like Chandler, especially this one, the Flash looks terrific for Edgerrin James.
First 2 seasons in the NFL. Led the league in rushing. Edge.
And here's a closer look at that loaded dice, by the way, Adam. Just to clarify, loaded dice is going off the site tonight. So if we don't sell this out tonight, Dom, it is not available tomorrow. This Bo Jackson Raiders Speed Flex will not be available tomorrow. This Terry Bradshaw Rip Speed Flex will not be available tomorrow. Never seen that one before. The gold and black. The Chad Johnson will never be available tomorrow with this face on it. The Kurt Warner Rip Speed Flex Rams and Cardinals will not be available tomorrow. The Mike Evans Chrome will not be available tomorrow. So get them tonight or don't get them at all, right? No complaints, says Chandler, right? I agree. Definitely got to be happy with the
I love that Flash.
Edgerrin James double up.
The Flash Colts is clean.
It's one of the best in the game.
Yeah, the blue.
Always forget how good it is, but this is a fire lid right here. Edgerrin James.
Everyone just assumes my favorite color is green because the Green Bay Packers and Pellegrini, but blue's my favorite color, so
Same.
I'm a sucker. It's true. People just think green.
People go up to you. People go up to you. Your last name is Pellegrini. Your favorite color must be green.
That's the only thing people ask me. They're like,
that happens to you every day, Dom.
Your favorite color is green, ain't it? And I'm like, sorry, it's blue. Yeah.
Blue's my favorite too.
Yeah, that blue's cool.
That's
man.
why I like the blue visor.
Blue's cool.
Yeah, blue visors are my favorite. You know that.
I do see you flirt with other colors though. The orange, the purple, the green.
We actually had Devin Hester here recently, Gear Prophet. So Devin Hester, I'm not going to say he's in here all the time because he's not, but we've had him a decent amount of late.
We had that sweet Devin Hester speed flex, about a month ago?
I would say it was, about a month ago, Devin Hester speed flex.
Maybe not even. I don't know, but that was a sweet
So,
one.
we've definitely had Devin Hester a decent amount here of late, Mr. Hester. Speaking of Miami guys.
That's why you got to watch us every day.
Yeah, I do always say it. If you're not, you don't have to watch the whole show, but you got to at least
Check in,
go to the break page and see if there's something you like. Because if you're looking for somebody specifically, sometimes in our break room, these series go really fast where they're up there for a day, up for 2 days, then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stop in, see what we have, say hello.
what I would do personally, Dom,
Give me a compliment.
This is just me. I would, at 9 in the morning, check the break page, see what's up for the 9 a.m. show. Same thing at noon, same thing at 3, same thing at 6.
Yeah.
Always check in at the beginning of the show and see what's up. In fact, especially for the night shows, I might check back in at 8 o'clock because we might have closed out a series.
Mm-hmm.
So give it a peek. You know, obviously you don't have to watch every single second of the show, but always go to ultimateautographs.com. I know the first thing I do every morning is go to ultimateautographs.com. I want to see what we have up. I want to know what's up. I start my day. I actually have it, Dom. I have, what is it? 2 tabs open on my Safari, and it's ultimateautographs.com is right there.
Let me check your search history.
No, there's nothing inappropriate on my phone, Dom. No, it's all sports actually. It's I don't know. I don't look at inappropriate stuff on my phone.
No, hey.
I'll be honest.
I only do that on the work computer.
That is true.
That was an accident.
That is true.
It's an accident.
Well, were you looking up what SEC?
SEC.
And you typed in SEX, and then Annette messaged me. No, she didn't message me, but she could have. So she could have.
Just confirming the conferences, all right? Just confirming what team was in the conferences, all right? It says Texas A&M, all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's always after dark here.
I better not be in the principal's office on Monday.
No, you're good. She won't be here probably Memorial Day.
All right, so it's a holiday weekend. We can say we can do what we want.
Yeah, you're
we
good.
can do what we want.
So what is left in the basketball in the half and half? Just joining whenever you get a minute. I don't think you type free promo.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's 100%. William, thank you very much. See, William's got my back. Free promos. Trying to save you some money, dude.
All right, so basketball at half and half. We'll talk about those here. Basketball break is down the 24 boxes mark. We still got 14 headliners left. That includes the mailman, Karl Malone. He does deliver on Fridays and Saturdays and every day but Sunday, apparently, if you talk to Scottie Pippen. One of the best basketball players ever. Won an MVP. Kept Jordan from 3 straight MVPs, actually. That 97 MVP. Dirk, a finals MVP, a league MVP. One of the most unstoppable shots ever. The Dirk backward 1-foot fadeaway for a 7-footer, Dom.
The statue. It was such a, one of the best shots ever. They make a statue of it.
Yeah, how are you going to block that, right? Paul Pierce, licensed jersey, a finals MVP. Kevin Garnett, one of the best power forwards ever. Top 5 all time for number 5. Or T-Wolf fans, number 21. We got Shaquille O'Neal on that Laker jersey. One of the best centers ever. One of the most famous athletes ever. Allen Iverson Funko. I remember that Shaq and AI Finals, 01 NBA Finals, Lakers and Sixers.
Did you see the Buffalo Bills schedule? They said they're going to have AI do the schedule. It was Allen Iverson. And he was just like, here's the schedule.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was just like, he had a piece of paper.
I thought it was ChatGPT.
Here's a schedule.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. Steve Nash, the 2-time MVP, one of the best point guards of all time. Him and the Suns' pace of the NBA changed pace in today's game.
Yeah.
With how fast the game moves.
D'Antoni.
Dwayne Wade, one of the best shooting guards ever. On the Mount Rushmore shooting guards. Damian Lillard, one of the best shooters of all time. James Harden, point guard, shooting guard. Former MVP, one of the best in the game. Tyrese Maxey, secondary headliners. Tyler Hero, former NBA champion. Multiple times. Tony Parker. Then Dominique Wilkins, one of the best dunkers ever. 14 in 24 chance at a headliner in the basketball mark. The odds are stacked. And then we have in the half and half, by the way, even better odds. It's a 16 in 24 chance at a headliner. 12 photoed headliners. The greatest cowboy of all time, Emmitt Smith, on a customized Golden Speed Flex. That's the Bo Jackson, by the way, which is also out there. That's the Emmitt Smith. We have the Kurt Warner Speed Flex in here still. One of the best quarterbacks ever. These Chrome Speed Flexes are worth $1,500 or more, Dom. The most expensive helmet of the game, the Chrome helmet. We got the Urlacher Speed Flex. We got the Baker Mayfield customized Speed Flex. Again, slight imperfections, but incredible helmets in this black and blue. Speaking of Chrome Speed Flexes, 2 Chromes, 1 spot, $248, more than $3,000 in value. Jay Jettas, the best receiver in the league today. Randy Moss, maybe the best receiver I've ever seen on that Viking Chrome Flex in the NFC North. Mentioned the Bo Jackson, the Urlacher. We have the Derrick Henry Authentic. We have a Russell Wilson Speed Flex on Seattle. Now, that's a rare autograph in the break room. Double up Russell Wilson and Kurt Warner. Double up Urlacher, Moss, Jefferson in the North. A lot of good stuff in this series. Baker Mayfield, by the way, could pair with the secondary headliner Warren Sapp or the Drake London and Kyle Pitts. Marcus Allen, Eric Dickerson. It's a 16 in 24 chance at a headliner in the half and half. So a lot of goodies in here. Come and get your spots. This double is at 6 to go. We get this down to 4 to go in the next 5 to 10 minutes. This will definitely break tonight in the half and half. So get your spots. Let's rock and roll here in the break room.
Yes,
We've
sir.
never had a Willie Parker helmet, Sledge. I'm guessing probably because Willie Parker must not sign autographs all that often.
Does he still have the longest run in Super Bowl history?
He passed up Marcus Allen, who
Yeah.
we pulled yesterday. I believe so.
Against the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Super Bowl 40?
We do have an even better running back for the Steelers a lot. Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
Not currently in the
teammate.
room, but we got a lot of buzz here in the break room.
His teammate on that team.
Is Sledge a Steeler fan? Because if you're a Steeler fan,
If you're asking about Willie Parker, you got to be a Steeler fan, right?
but how are you not asking about the Bradshaw helmet? And how are you not in the high roller? Because one of the most iconic Steelers of all time on this ripped Steelers Speed Flex, Terry Bradshaw. Now that's a Steeler legend. All due respect to Willie Parker. Why are we talking about Willie Parker when there's a Terry Bradshaw helmet? I'm sorry, Willie. I'm sorry. One of the best quarterbacks of all time, Dom. If you want a Willie Parker helmet, how do you not want the Terry Bradshaw helmet, right? Iconic. I never thought we'd be talking about Willie Parker in the room tonight.
Hell yeah.
You never know what we'll talk about at UA, right? You never know.
2-time Pro Bowler.
Speedy receiver, or speedy running back, excuse me. Very speedy running back.
Terry Bradshaw, though, Hall of Famer, 3-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro, 4-time champ, 1978 MVP, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, Hall of Fame All 1970s team, and 1978 Burt Bell Award, whatever that is.
I think it's a quarterback award.
Burt Bell?
Yeah, it goes to like top quarterback or something, I thought.
All right.
Something like that.
I haven't seen an inscription yet of a.
Burt Bell Award winner.
Hey, it's
Maybe, Dom.
something. It's something.
That's a must-have for any Steeler fan.
That's an awesome list.
That's a part of history. This guy won you 4 Super Bowls in 1 decade. That helmet is hashtag must-have.
And he's an icon. Even when I started watching football, Terry Bradshaw on the Fox pregame show, it's like, okay, Terry Bradshaw, an icon. I always say he's like my grandpa growing up. He was like the old guy in my life that I saw every Sunday.
It's part of our childhood, literally
right.
every single Sunday. Yeah, Bradshaw every Sunday.
My grams watching right now, like, what?
And that team, too, it's kind of like special if you think about it because Bradshaw and Howie Long in particular have been together for so long. Like, I feel like Howie Long and Bradshaw are my grandpas as well, Dom.
Yeah.
They've been together for over 20 years, I feel like, on that Fox sport, football sportscast.
We're brothers with Kyle and Chris Long.
Yeah, right? I wore glasses because of Howie Long, actually. Well, at one point I used to wear glasses, and now I wear contacts. But like,
Do you have the flat top too?
not the flat top. But I was afraid to wear glasses. I thought it was geeky.
Okay.
But then I saw Howie Long doing it, and I was like, well, if Howie Long does it, it's okay.
I have a gap in my teeth because of Michael Strahan.
See?
That's why.
Fox football, man.
Yeah, that's why.
It's real.
Yeah.
Fox football is real.
I just,
No doubt about that.
I love the game that much, man.
Got to respect the game for sure. So, folks, it is 9:09. I'll give you guys 21 more minutes. Again, seeing a lot of, practice squad, by the way. I'll do a real quick rundown here to refresh things. I'm going to make this one a little basic, though. I'll put it this way. Practice squad, almost everything is left. We pulled the Prescott jersey. We pulled the Marcus Allen Authentic. I think we pulled the Jordan Love and the Micah Parsons. Otherwise, everything else I think is left. So loaded headliners in the practice squad. Loaded. Basketball we just went over. Absolutely loaded. The half and half. 16 and 24 chance at a headliner. High roller. Every single crate has a speed flex. The diamonds. We have every box left in this series except for the Edgerrin James. 9 photo headliners, including Manning, Barkley, Jefferson, Breeze, all on speed flexes, guys. Vault has the Kittle and the JMO in the last break in that series. So jerseys have all the headliners left except for the Baker Mayfield and Nico Collins. Then minis, 5 spots to go. 9 boxes left, 6 headliners left. Staubach, Warren Moon, Kuechly, Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, Sam Laporta, secondary headliners. So plenty of options, plenty of speed flexes left.
Yeah.
6 in the high roller. That is 6 speed flexes left in there. We have 5 in the brand new diamonds. Barkley, Jefferson, Manning, Garrett, and Breeze. We still have, in the half and half, we actually have Emmitt Smith, Urlacher, Kurt Warner, Bo Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson, and Russell Wilson. 8 photoed speed flexes, but a few more bonus flexes left on. Half of that series being a speed flex in the half and half. So 9-11, I'll give you guys until 9:30. If we turn these 6s into 3s or 4s, we'll keep going. Turn these 8s into, 5s or 6s, we'll keep going. But if it's a lot of 8s, a lot of 7s, a lot of 6s, if we're not close on a break, we're hopping off at 9:30. So closest break right now is the minis at 5 to go. Second closest break actually is at 6 to go in the half and half double. So you guys have 19 minutes. Get those breaks moving. Otherwise, we're hopping off here at 9:30 Central Time, which would be probably the earliest we have gone on a Friday night in forever, Dom.
Forever.
Might even catch the end of the basketball game with this stretch. 94-87 Pacers. The Knickerbockers are in trouble, Dom.
Still 8 minutes left. I'm telling you, I know the Pacers, they had their comeback. So the Knicks against the Celtics in the round 2. So,
Series is over. Pacers are going to win.
Every time I say that, the team comes back, though.
Uh-huh.
So I won't jinx any fan base. I'm just staying out of it.
Just got to get the points up because I have an over-under to win. Let me see what the live over-under is. Someone, Budget Breakers, let's do a practice squad single. That's right, William.
A lot of authentics. So
Eli Manning, mini. A lot of authentics. Dom said Tony Gonzalez, Edgerrin James, Baker Mayfield, Aiden Hutchinson, Aaron Donald. The Bears Hall of Fame helmet. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 authentic helmets in that practice squad, potentially for less than $50. And they're all nice helmets too. It's not just standard helmets. Obviously the Chief is a standard, but the Lunar for Edgerrin James, the Flash for Baker Mayfield, the Rave for Hutchinson, that Lions Rave is very clean. I don't even know what that Donald helmet is, but it is nice. And the Bears Rave with the 6 autos. So authentic helmets are not reserved for the diamonds. There's authentic helmets in the practice squad, and they are plenty nice if you ask me. Plenty nice. So get your spots, guys. Let's have some fun in the special teams practice squad. And I always say, get your spot now, because worst case, this happens tomorrow, Dom? No problem at all, right?
Yeah, if life gets in the way, you can't make it to watch a show, at least you have a spot in the break. You don't have to be active. Come in anytime, tomorrow, even, any day, and be like, hey, here's my order number. Can you let me know how that break ended up? And whoever's producing, they'll happily let you know.
I'm going to go on the limb, Dom, and say that you will see all these helmets we're talking about, because you're going to be here a lot over the next few days.
Yeah, you're gonna
I tried to help you, bud.
No, it's all right. Hey, I missed a lot of time, so I'm not complaining about it. I need to make some money.
We have the Dom streak of 7 straight shows starting right now?
This is my first of 7 straight shows, so if you think I'm ugly now, I hate to break it to you.
Wait till Sunday at noon, right?
Yeah, wait till, and then I get a little break, but I'll be back here Monday for Memorial Day with Steven, so I'm here all weekend. I can't wait. Be fun.
I think you're missing the 3 and the 6 only.
It's going to be weird. I might just stay because I might just have to be used to it. I'm like, can I stay here, please?
We got to get you a sleeping bag.
Yes, I'll be in the back room with Joe Theismann. Me and Theismann.
Alex is not trained yet, but you'll be filling in for Dom plenty in the future. Won't have this issue again. Yeah, Dom is going to be working hard this weekend.
Yeah, hey, I had my fun this month. I need to work a little hard.
Joe has state? Well, what is he covering?
He's covering state track, right? I believe it was.
State track and field. So Joe not in Saturday night.
That's my guy. I told him I always got him if he needs me to cover for him.
Yeah, you guys best of buddies. I know Charles Nelson is missing that combo, you and Joe.
So the next high roller, Joe will be producing. I'll be taking off, and Joe will be producing the show.
I'm not sure about that.
That's the day we decided.
I want you producing.
That's the day we decided to switch.
Joe Aguilar is like Dom's dad. Have
It's
a
true.
really fun relationship.
I feel like I've seen it.
It's like a dad / grandpa, son / grandson relationship.
Checks up on me. He's like, Dom,
Yeah.
go get some mirrors sometimes. Time to get some fresh air. I'm like, all right, you're right.
Get some fresh air. Give
Yeah.
Dom 1 extra large helmet bag. You can sleep in that.
Those
That's
do look
true.
comfortable.
Those speed flexes are comfortable. You know what, Dom? We'll give the Bradshaw to you because no one wants it.
Fair enough.
You sleep with the Bradshaw speed flex.
Fair enough.
That's pretty fair.
Those other bags, the other large bags that we had for like a week or so.
Yeah, those were terrible.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, I didn't want to either, but they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
So we can say it.
Yeah,
I hated those bags.
Yeah, I don't think anyone liked those bags.
No.
Yeah, those bags
No.
were huge.
Oh, man. So you could actually maybe fit in that bag, Dom. It's got to really get a little smaller, fit in maybe. I don't know.
What happened? We had a couch somewhere. Where did the couch go?
I'm not sure. I bet the Pacers -3.5 now, too. Live
Okay.
line. I'm all in on Indiana tonight. All in on the Pacers. We do have an order coming through here.
Yeah, then 3 to go on the minis. So
All right, Jay Morris. So let's get at least one more break done before we go tonight.
Sorry.
Bless you, sir. That mini break should happen. It is a double box break. Speaking of budget breakers, is what William's looking for. $50 in the mini, but 2 mini helmets come out. Not 1, 2 minis come out.
that's right.
We have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks still available for $50. Are you kidding me? Roger Staubach, Warren Moon, $50. You get those 2 headliners in the minis. Luke Kuechly, one of the best linebackers of all time, going to be a Hall of Famer very, very soon. You had a good point last night, Dom. You mentioned something about, we talk about the Baseball Hall of Fame being hard to get into, but Steve Smith in the high roller, not in the Football Hall of Fame yet. Luke Kuechly, how is he not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame yet? Makes no sense to me.
Not a matter if, matter when. I believe it's 5. They can only do 5 players from the modern era. So it's just, maybe Luke Kuechly and Steve Smith at the same time. It's the Panthers.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it must be a Panther kind of disrespect because Patrick Willis and Luke Kuechly have the exact same resume.
Legit.
But Kuechly has a deep boy. Patrick Willis does not. And Patrick Willis is in. Luke Kuechly isn't in. One was a Niner. One was a Panther. Do we call it the 49er bias, Tom? Just saying. No respect for the Panthers.
7-time Pro Bowler or 5-time All-Pro, Hall of Fame All 2010 team, 2013 All All-Pro Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, he only had
Rookie of the year.
one year he was not a Pro Bowler, and he led the league in tackles that year.
And he was
his rookie year.
and he was Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, so
And you know how it was back then. Can't vote rookies for the Pro
no,
Bowl.
Luke Kuechly should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. Now we have 3 secondary headliners: Michael Vick, the Hall of Fame of Madden, certainly; Chad Johnson, the Hall of Fame of celebrations. And here's one for Alex. Of course, you were doing your camera test before the show, and we pull a George Kittle, and Alex starts talking about best tight ends in the NFL. The first name he mentions, Dom, Sam Laporta.
All right. Hey, well,
You can tell he's a Lions fan.
I know. I try not to let it show, but
Yeah.
it's good. Come on.
no, I'm a Sam Laporta fan.
First season out of the gate, he was impressive.
No,
Uh-huh.
the only problem with Sam Laporta is that there's too many mouths to feed in Detroit, where the numbers are not gonna they're not gonna show up. But
Jameson Williams is the issue. He's so good now.
Yeah.
J-Mo is a beast.
Laporta against the Bears had that fake fumble.
Come
play?
on, stop talking about him.
I mean-
he ruined my Thanksgiving. 2 touchdown catches on Thanksgiving.
Matt Eberflus.
Then that fake fumble.
Blame Eberflus, not Sam Laporta.
I blame Sam Laporta. And the Bears' offensive line.
Yeah.
They're pretty bad, too. So, anyways, mini helmet break is 3 spots to go. That is our best bet at a break tonight. 3 to go in the minis. Mostly open otherwise. Now, we know this very well, Dom. Someone might buy 4 spots in a break. It could happen pretty quickly. But I want to at least get this mini break done before we go tonight. It is 9:20. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes. If this is sold out, we'll break it. If it's 1 to go, I'll give them a little bit more time. If it's not sold out, though, or 1 to go, pre-fill for you and I think Chinmay is still doing 9 tomorrow. I think he can't do 12 and 3. I think he's still doing 9. God, I hope so. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. I think he's got a commitment like for just a 12 and the 3 show.
I think I could
on
do
Saturday.
it. Like if I just stay on this side, I can do it. Like the
When this company first started, the lead breaker before me used to produce and host the very, very first few like months of the company. It was a lot less busy back then, but it is possible. But hopefully Chinmay does come. I'm pretty sure he's coming.
Yeah,
Dom.
yeah.
I think we're good.
I'm not worried about that.
with Chinmay.
Chinmay very reliable. He's like Mike Evans.
John Takamura jumping in. John getting in that diamond pairing. Thank you, John. That series, too, by the way, on the precipice of taking off, Tom. We know that pairing gets done and the rest is easy.
I already got it queued up. The single, the double, the quad of just the new series challenge flag. So as soon as we get this pairing out of the room, it's the last pairing up right now. Boom, brand new series, single, double, quad. You get a pay-to-man speed flex for under $100.
That's sick.
A hydro pay-to-man.
Even 192. I mean, that thing is going for north of 1,500. You get it for 192. Still a steal, Dom.
Under $200, you get paid-to-man speed flex and a LaDainian Tomlinson, the sweet Charger standard helmet. I mean, is there? I say this a lot, but the Chargers, you can't find me a bad-looking Chargers helmet.
No,
I say
you
because I
can't.
can't see anyone in the chat.
I haven't
telling
seen
me
a
no.
bad-looking Charger helmet. No doubt about that. So Mark McAdams says, let's do a mini, putting at 2 to go.
Thank you, Mark.
So I think that mini will happen here tonight.
Mark's a big-time Houston Rockets fan. Mark, what's the move they have to make in the offseason?
Ooh.
Giannis?
Mark is not a Texan fan, though. He's a Cowboy fan.
Okay.
So Houston guy for basketball, but Dallas Cowboy guy wants the Roger Staubach.
Who am I to talk? I'm a Packer fan born in Chicago.
Yeah, that is pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I agree.
least
That
he-
is very messed
At least
up.
Mark's the same state, Texas.
I got a food for thought for you, Dom.
Mm.
You watched the Knicks and Pacers game at some point this weekend when you're not here, maybe, which is
I think it's Monday.
Monday?
And
So-
I'll be able to watch that.
okay. So look at Jalen Brunson when he's at the free throw line, and tell me he does not look like Rip. It's in the eyes. Rip and Jalen Brunson are twins, man.
See, I'm working with Rip tomorrow, so now I'm gonna be looking at him like very extra, and he's like, "Why is this guy looking at me like that?"
Jalen Brunson and Rip, they are one and the same. I like the Texans, but a lifelong Cowboy fan. That's fair because, obviously Houston Texans, 2000, what year did they become a team?
2?
Something like that. They
Yeah.
beat the Cowboys in their first ever game, by the way, with
did.
not Derek Carr, it's
David.
David Carr.
David.
So
I get them confused all the time.
right?
Their first pick in the expansion draft never played for them. Tony Baselli.
Yeah, beast,
It's on
Jaguar
YouTube.
legend.
You're on YouTube and you're really down in the dumps and you watch the Texans expansion draft.
He says we just need to get rid of Jalen
done
Green. Too inconsistent. That's probably true. You guys need a legitimate scorer, man. You got to have somebody that can score to win in the NBA.
I saw KD. I saw the Giannis rumors. Giannis did a Q&A. He seemed pretty happy in Milwaukee, though. He was like, during every question he answered, he's like very like nice about Milwaukee.
Well, give him his chance. I want Giannis on the Bulls.
That's never gonna happen.
I'm sorry, Dom.
It's not gonna happen.
I want Giannis on the Bulls.
Why would anyone want to come to the Bulls after watching The Last Dance? How Jerry Reinsdorf was like, okay, Michael Jordan, nah, we don't need you. We're gonna keep Jerry Krause over you. Like, if you're a player, why the hell would you want to play for that guy?
play at the UC? It's an
Yeah.
awesome place to
I
play.
mean, like, what else does Jerry Reinsdorf own? Oh, this baseball team. I mean, surely they can't be that bad. Let's check their record last season.
Come on.
Oh, 41 and 121. Oh, I want to play for that
let
guy.
a man dream, Tom. Let me dream.
You got me all hot at 9:24 p.m.
Giannis on the Bulls. Come on
We gotta
now.
do this mini break. We gotta do this mini break.
Amon Thompson, the real deal, says Mark McAdams. He's pretty good.
He's a stud.
He's very, very athletic, very talented. 2 spots to go in that mini break, guys. 2 spots to go. One thing Alex has not seen yet, or did he see it last night? Actually, he might have seen it last night. A mooning, or was he out of the room? Did you see a mooning last night?
Mentioned it, which I can.
I don't think we pulled Warm Moon last night, though.
Yeah, I don't think you saw a mooning yet.
I've not seen it.
I don't remember. Warm
Well,
Moon
there's only 2 spots left, only 9 minis left. Warren Moon Rave is still out there.
Yeah, no moonings last night.
Let's get this man a mooning, Alex. You're not a part of the Ultimate Autograph staff until you've seen a mooning. That's what I'm going to tell you, man. You're not initiated here until you see a mooning.
That's right.
So want to get this guy a mooning here. Guys, if you're listening, who the heck is Alex? It's Alex Neatling in the background, one of our
We just made him
new
up.
associate producers.
Someone we made up that was just.
He's here helping us out with box organization, learning the ropes at UA. He's a diehard Lions fan. He wants to see a Sam Laporta secondary headliner and his first ever mooning in the break room here tonight.
Let's see what record the Lions are going to be this season.
The Lions are going to win the division. I'm tired of this Lions slander. The Packers are coming up. The
Lions
Vikings.
slander. I picked them on the Super Bowl last season.
A lot of people are saying the Lions are going to take a step back this year. They're going to take a step forward. Maybe they win 12 or 13 games instead of 14, but they win a playoff game. Lock it in. The Lions are an absolute lock for the division title this year.
They better start 0-1 or I'm going to be ticked off because the Lions have owned the Packers the last few years, especially at Lambeau Field.
What's the
that is-
opener?
and the Packers Lions at Lambeau Field. And when I was growing up, the Lions, they don't win at Lambeau
They
Field.
had like a million
That
losses
was,
in a row at Lambeau.
Now I'm getting a little.
I remember I actually bet on them to lose as part of a parlay, and I hit like a 7-leg parlay, and I put it in for bonus points, and it was the first win they had in Lambeau in like 20 years.
it was the Justin Perillo game
Yes.
on the Packers.
I think it was the kicker missed the kick or
Yeah,
something.
it was like a wobbly kick. Justin Perillo was like a third string tight end. He had 100 yards that game.
He lost me $500.
That was that was a
Yeah, thanks.
2015, I believe.
Thanks,
I wanna
Dom.
say.
It was terrible.
Now it's a lot worse now. They dominate the Packers now.
They have a tough regular season schedule this year, I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
Starting off in Lambeau, that's
Yeah.
no easy task.
No, hey, they got
Ronnie says, here's one, because Ronnie loves to mess with the new guys, Alex. So you will learn about Ronnie and Sulaco. This is Ronnie's quote. He says, Lions are terrible. Franchise's top 3 worst of all time.
Damn.
There is a little bit of truth to that.
Wow.
At least in the Super Bowl era, they've been very bad.
Mean.
But I focus on the present, and the Lions right now, from top 3 worst, they might be a top 3 best team in the league right now, Detroit Lions.
All right.
So,
All right.
pretty good.
I mean, when Matt Millen was the general manager, probably, top 3 worst franchise,
I'll
definitely.
put it this way, Dom. Going into this season, I think there's maybe only 6 or 7 teams I would pick to win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Lions,
Yeah.
Eagles, Rams, and maybe Niners. One of those 7 will win. I'm not saying the Packers.
What? Okay, whatever.
I'm just saying, those are my potential Super Bowl winners.
Okay.
And the Lions are one of the best 7 teams in the league.
Common A. Smith. Hot take.
I mean, it's not a hot take. It's pretty.
Common.
Packers could be 8th, Dom,
Thank you.
but they're not going to win.
Let's look at the odds. Let's look at the odds. We are currently 1 to go on those minis, so that will happen.
Mini break is coming up.
Mini's going to happen. 1 to go. Just looking for some closer magic. We'll look at Super Bowl odds. I know the Eagles, Chiefs, those are all the
I
favorites.
think it's Eagles, then Bills, then Chiefs.
Yeah, like out of principle, they
I
have the
think
Eagles.
we were looking at that the other day. I think that's correct, Dom.
I don't like ESPN bet.
I got to see Lions Bills at Ford Field this year.
Ooh.
That crazy where the Bills won, but it was like a shootout.
Was that Josh Allen?
52 to
The Josh Allen
Yeah,
game?
that was a heck of a game.
like 500 yards, 5 touchdowns.
I had the over on that game, and I was smiling as a sports bettor. I was smiling on that one.
How do the 49ers have better odds than the Packers to win the Super Bowl?
See, because they're talented.
How do the Bengals have better odds than the Packers to win the Super
The
Bowl?
Packers should have better odds than the Bengals. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Are the 7 teams I listed the 7 best odds, by the way? I bet you they are.
Eagles, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Lions. That's the top 5. Do you have Commanders?
Oh, Commanders.
Then the
I did
Niners, the
not.
Bengals, the Rams. If you like the Rams plus 2,000,
I do like the Rams plus
pretty
2,000.
decent odds. DraftKings 2,200.
That was my hot take a few weeks ago. Rams make the Super Bowl, Dom. So that was my hot take on a Hot Take Wednesday we do.
What about the Bucks 2,800?
At least to get to the Super
Division winners.
What if it's kind of like Atlanta before 2016. Atlanta always in the playoffs, always like the 10 and 16. This was back when there were 16 games. Always, team that lost in the division round. And then they had, I don't talk about 23. They should have won that game. But a year like 2016 where everything was clicking. Tampa, Baker Mayfield, most touchdowns last 2 years. Who's in the break room right now?
Mike
Evans, who's
High roller.
reliable. Chris Godwin. They got Bucky Irvin, Rashad White's a good backfield. The offensive line that Tristan Wirfs, it's respectable. The defense is good. Defensive line. If there's any defense that can stop the tush push, Vita Vea. They got the kid from Florida who's the 450 pounds. So maybe
That's your long shot.
yeah,
I will
dark horse.
take the Rams. I know it's not as good of a line, but the Rams is what?
2,200. That's a good line.
That might be a good pick.
Yeah.
That's to make or to win the Super Bowl?
That's to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I can't take them to win.
Why? Oh, the Chiefs.
Because the Chiefs. I can't bet against my team.
Do the matchups. Chiefs, Rams, Super Bowl.
Ooh, that could be good money.
That'd be the Dick Vermeil Bowl.
I love Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
I've met Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. I love Dick Vermeil.
Any interview I see with Dick Vermeil, I've inspired. I'm motivated. Mm-hmm. He cries, not afraid.
You
to cry.
watched the interview? I interviewed him because I've actually interviewed him before.
Really?
Me and Dick Vermeil,
I'll watch it.
one-on-one interview.
Was he crying?
No, but he was talking a lot about his wine. He's a wine salesman now. Napa Valley.
Nice. There's a Dick Vermeil cinematic universe. American Underdog and Invincible. Mm-hmm. So
He loves the underdog.
yeah.
I don't blame him.
He's like Iron Man. He's in a bunch of movies.
I love Dick Vermeil. He's an awesome dude.
Probably in the next Avengers movie.
I hope so.
Pretty good.
What's the one? It looks good. I might watch it. It's a Marvel movie. It's not. What's it called? I can't remember. It's
The one that
supposed
just
to be
came
really
out?
good. Yeah.
It does look pretty good. Thunderbolts.
Yes,
Right? It does look pretty
yes.
good. I got good reviews.
I have it on my list of possibly watching.
I'm like 10 movies behind though on Marvel, so I don't know. And
Okay.
all of them you gotta if you miss one, it's like what?
I don't know. Just watch Endgame. One spot to go in the minis, guys. It is 9:32. Let's get this break done. It's looking like the last break of the night.
You gotta get that Matt Damon Loki Funko Pop. in here.
1-4 for Craig Crenshaw. We are mostly open. 6 to go in the half and half again, guys. Most flexes left, all but Tomlinson. I think Tomlinson and Fitzgerald only flex is gone. This is possible, but given that we're 6, all the headliners in the diamonds, but the Edgerrin James, including that Manning flex. But it's 6, 7, 8 to go across the board. It is looking like one more break tonight, unless the orders come in ASAP in that mini. Is it sold out, Dom?
Yeah, Mark McAdams just closed
Thank
out.
you, Mark. Mini double coming up. Probably the last break of the night. Now, if someone gets in here, buys a bunch of break spots, gets us with a few spots to go, we can extend that deadline. I'll put it this way. If no one else gets in by 9:40, we're hopping off, Dom. It's 9:33. Takes us about 5 minutes to do the break, do our hits of the show, etc. You guys have until 9:40 to get orders. If at 9:40 we're still mostly open, we'll hop off here at 9:40 Central Time. Mini double, go ahead and drop me 2 box numbers, guys. And no UA After Dark show tonight, just to clarify. No UA After Dark in the break room tonight. So, if you want to break anything else, any last-minute orders to keep the night going, now's that time. Michael Lepre Jr., Parker Taylor, new guy. Welcome, Parker. Let us know your team and how you heard about Ultimate Autographs. Eric Burns, Jay Morris, Mark McAdams, Angie Nielsen, and Mark McAdams in this break.
How many boxes are there, Alex? 9.
9.
Take it off the personals, you think? 7 after?
Yeah, we could do that. Wheel times 2, says Mark.
I could leave it up for one more if you want.
Yeah, let's do one more. Make
Okay.
the quantity 1 in case they buy 1 mini personal. So Knicks now within 110, 109 with 14.7. Over under 224.5. So let's see if I can get a bunch of free throws here to get my over, Dom.
Get that OT. Oh,
right.
wait, yeah, you just need the free throws, right? You don't even need
Well, I would need quite a few. So it's possible, though, because it's 119. I need 225, 6 points. So Pacers make a couple free throws. Knicks make a 3. Free throws on the other end, just like that.
Brunson, 36 points. See?
See, you should have bet.
The last 2 games where I had winners and I don't bet. Story of my life.
That always happens. 1 through 30. Spinning the wheel twice. We got number 2. Number 2 in the minis, which is still left, actually. 2 I do see on the ticker. And then one more spin of the wheel here. We got ourselves, looks like 6, Dom. Closest one is 5. 1 and, actually, closest one is 1, excuse me, to 6. So 1 and 2. So last break of the night, unless you guys order here very, very quickly. This will do it for our 6 p.m. show.
I want to see that action green mini helmet, the Warren
Let's
Moon.
end with the Warren Moon.
Yeah.
I'm shooting for Laporta and Moon so that, Alex can see Laporta and then he sees the mooning here in the break room. That's what we're looking for. And I want him to see my mooning first because the Robbie mooning is not as appropriate. So Eric Burns in the NFC North, Parker Myers, the NFC South, Mark McAdams, the NFC East, Michael Lepre Jr., NFC West, Angie Nielsen, AFC North, Jay, AFC South and East, and Mark in the AFC West here. Good luck, guys. We got ourselves 2 minis on the way.
Good luck, everybody.
1 and 2.
Pylon dive.
So what do we got here? They're making free throws here. So it's
222.
222.
Yeah.
Then 223.
You need a fast shot.
Yeah, I
you
need
to
a-
hit that 3.
I have a separate bet though on Pacers minus 3.5. So I would win at least one of the bets.
Okay.
I do have more on the over though. So I'm more invested on that one.
So you need the Knicks to hit a shot.
Yes. Which they could do.
Yeah.
How about this? But he hopped in the other room. But hey, what we're talking about, Sam Laporta on the Slate Mini. The terrific Lions tight end. One of the best in the NFL. 2 years ago, led all tight ends in receiving touchdowns, Sam Laporta. So very nice mini. Secondary headliner for Eric Burns here. Very nice, Eric.
Former center fielder for the A's, Diamondbacks.
I remember Eric
I know
Burns.
that's him. He won't admit it's him, but I know it's him.
It is him. It is him. He is him here in the break room. So actually, that's 114 plus 109 is 223. Knicks hit a very quick 3. They hit the over for me. They foul. Pacers make 2 free throws, and I win both bets, Dom.
You need a quick 3.
Quick 3.
Quick 3 and Sam Laporta.
Your boy, Sam Laporta. Oh, I was about to write I forgot you're writing these. I was about to write one, Dom. Yeah, the Slate. It's actually called the Slate Mini. So very nice. Eric Burns. I'll hand that right back to you, sir.
In 2007, Eric Burns finished 11th in MVP voting.
Really?
Yeah, I'm shocked about that too.
What were his numbers?
Not that. I mean, pretty. Good.
I figure they're good.
21 homers, 83 RBIs, 286, 813 OPS.
Respectable.
Yeah, good numbers.
Pretty good.
Must have been that was 07.
Second mini of this break. It is Peter Parker Taylor with Luke Kuechly. You mentioned it earlier. 8 seasons, 7 Pro Bowls, led the league in tackles twice, 5-time All-Pro, NFC South. Parker Taylor on the Luke Kuechly mini. That is terrific right there, Parker. Very, very nice for you on the Kuechly mini right there.
Very nice, Parker. First timer?
Yeah, not bad. First time in the break room getting one of the best linebackers of all time.
Ban 1,000.
So my Pacers live bet hit, but the under just missed. The over just missed, rather, Dom.
So you saying series over? Are you calling it?
Oh, it's over. 100%. Look, the Knicks are probably going to win a game. Maybe 2. But to win 4 of the next 5, especially with, 3 of them on the road, the series is over. Sorry. I'm calling it, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to call it over just yet, but I did like the Pacers before the series, so.
I do have a podcast, Salute Your Sports, with my buddy Tom. We did our conference finals predictions Wednesday night. I picked Thunder over Pacers in the finals. So did he. We both look smart.
I told you I had my draft of the teams I picked, and the first 3 picks I had were the Warriors, Lakers, and Clippers, and I was out quick in my draft. Injuries cost me with the Warriors.
Speaking of picks, by the way, we have gift cards getting given out. I think the winner of the finals is going to get themselves, I want to say it was like $750, but Steven Lenhart is OKC. So if they win the finals, he gets a gift card. Ronnie Sayer is the Pacers. So if they make the finals, more money for Ronnie Sayer in our basketball series. So
Forgot about that series.
yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah.
So we do have some gift cards to give out in that basketball series. All right, let's see. We did not get closer on the break, so I think this will do it for us, Dom, in case somebody gets some crazy last-minute orders. We do got to talk about hit of the show first, though. I'm going to go Kareem. Do you agree?
I was going to go Kareem.
It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man. Beautiful basketball. We're talking about a 6-time MVP. That's my hit of the show. Jonathan Taylor was the last show. Second place is the Edgerrin James Flash.
Colts fans.
And a lot of, what else do we have? A lot of Colts here.
I
I don't want to go to Edgerrin James, so I'm going to go with
James Harrison, authentic.
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly mini.
Luke Kuechly mini we just pulled in 3rd place.
I'm going my Don Mikowski jersey.
Okay, it's yours.
No, but in all honesty, it's that Kareem ball. It's like, that's royalty, NBA royalty. And hey, the Colts, Edgerrin James Flash helmet. I love that blue. Edgerrin James, beast of a running back, the edge. Yeah, but I'm going Kareem.
Cool. Any final thoughts, Tom?
No, another fun Friday here, whether we do 100 boxes or, 1 box. Always fun to spend time with you in the break room.
Love working with you, Dom.
I'll be here all day tomorrow, guys. So hopefully we have some fun on the Saturday. Be here with Chinmay, Ricky, and Rip. So
Yeah,
be
with
fun.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'll give you a silver lining, Tom. Obviously, we prefer to be here till 10, 11 o'clock, ripping 80, 90 boxes. But hey, if we're ever going to sign off early, it's the right day for you. With you being here all day tomorrow.
Maybe they got Chat's doing me a solid.
They're trying to help you out, Tom. So, all right. Well, hey, that'll do it for us for tonight. As always, great job, Dom, co-hosting, producing.
Right back at you,
Great
buddy.
job to Alex behind the scenes. Great job to the customers. We didn't get a home run tonight. That's okay. Still had fun in the chat. Obviously, plenty of awesome breaks. We do have Memorial Day shows this weekend. On Monday, there's a special Memorial Day series as well, so stay tuned for that. Loaded Dice is going off the site, though. We did mention that tonight. No more Loaded Dice for you guys. But great job, guys, the customers. Thank you so much for watching, buying, and chatting. You guys are the best in the business. I'll be back actually Tuesday at 6. 3-day weekend. It's been a hot minute since I've had that. So
I'll be back in 15 minutes.
yeah, you'll be back. Dom is doing every show Saturday. I think 9 and 12 Sunday. And then, 12-3 Monday?
Yeah.
So a lot of Dom Pellegrini throughout the weekend. Guys, have a great night. Have a happy Memorial Day. Enjoy the barbecues, the family time. Stay safe. Keep it tuned to UltimateAutographs.com every single day on that break page. Watch our shows 9, 12, 3, and 6 on the YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook channels. Have a great night, guys, and we'll see you soon.